And welcome back to the table. It's been quite the week, quite the sad week. We lost a dwarfy boy.
We lost a poor dwarfo.
He just couldn't make it. He had all those sticks shoved down his throat. We did everything we could medically.
We tried our best to save him. No jury would blame us.
No one can blame you guys, especially after the fact that this motherfucker is what did it with the nat 1.
I mean, look, sometimes you get your heart carved out on an island by a frog. It happens. Yeah. It's life.
Hey, it was one of the 4.
Life is just a series of random events. You can't decide what'll happen.
Also, I need to address something. I made a mistake last session. I called the grungs Tibbets. That's technically what the little frog people were supposed to be named.
Grungs, not
grungs.
Tibbets. I was king of the grungs for a little
Tibbets
bit.
are little cat people that have never been touched since 3.5.
I don't think any of our characters learned what they were called anyway, so they were just frogs to us.
I think you said Tibbets in the narration, but none of us knew that.
I was just like, this sounds wrong, but I'm in too deep, but I'm running with this that I just can't remember the name right now.
I mean, it rhymes with ribbit, so what more do you want?
That's kind of the logic that I was going for. I'm just like, shit, what's its name? Tibbets? Yeah, sure, fuck it, why not?
Makes sense to me. Either way, we then met up with the Navy once again.
Yep, good old Ave Lo's back.
Good old Ave Lo just chilling out here trying to deal with a giant stone face, and she has a job to offer us, I guess.
Yep. Well, more or less she found you guys shipwrecked, and she was like, wait a minute, I know that vessel, and she came to see if you guys were okay. But she's pretty much like, okay, obviously you guys need to, take a break, get some rest, but we're kind of trapped in this giant, lake-like area, so the ships can't get by because there's a giant stone face blocking the bridging archipelagos right now.
Yeah, and good old Strangle Tree is now the king of the frogs and owner of the forest.
He was a Floblarg, which are giant people, actually.
He's big.
I wonder if you could sense a theme with what's going on around this archipelago.
I'm seeing a lot of big.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of big.
Plenty of giants.
Where's Tom Hanks?
Still playing that giant piano forever.
He's cast away, Grant. Come on, that's a different set of islands.
Yeah, we'll know when we get to that island. Wilson Island, as it's called.
First, we'll find the money pit, and then
You just follow the mermaid from Splash, and you make it.
And we'll find him in Philadelphia.
There you go.
And then we'll find Waterworld.
Toy Story. It'll be a Toy Story.
All right.
That airport movie.
Set us a scene, Zito.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to set a scene for one of you guys. I'm going to ask that I will tell you guys when it's okay to go back into character. I need to paint a picture for you guys right now.
Okay. I'll sit here. I'll be Nick for a bit.
I came here to go to D&D to not be this, and now here I am still having to wait.
Where's my escapism?
We start with darkness. Complete, vast darkness.
We're going all the way back.
To the rest of everyone else, the death of their companion was a very huge toll. A lot of what took place on that island has proven that no matter what, no one is invincible, no one is immortal. That toll weighs heavy on some. To others, they mourn the loss of their friend. To someone else, though, however, there's another sensation happening. Within this darkness as they slumber, there's this weird sensation of overwhelming taste in their mouth. At first, it's bitter. At first, it's undescribable.
Like a frog's eye.
But it feels very, very delicious, almost empowering, in fact. They reach out and they feel for what they're eating to get some kind of context to what's going on. They feel something, but they know they can take another piece of it. It's easy. It's literally like grabbing an apple from a tree that's hanging the lowest. Putting that piece of food into their mouth, it just gets more and more delectable the more they eat it. The overwhelming sensation of just wanting more keeps coming and coming in, like, over their tongues. They can't stop. Until finally vision begins to set back in. Though this vision feels like there's a cloud of red over it. It's very, very small. It's almost like their eyes are still trying to adjust to the darkness around them. But yet they still continue to know that what's before them is something that they can obtain, something that they can try to find some kind of context to. That thing is beginning to move in front of them. It takes the shape of something that almost resembles a humanoid. They still reach out and grab, and they grab, and they grab, and they still continue to eat. Is the creature offering you this food? It's so hard to see with all this haze of red. Until finally coming into the picture is a clawed hand. It's blue, dark blue on the outside, light blue on the inside, though it is stained with red. You still cannot obtain the proper sight to see what it is you're exactly eating, but you continue to go forth. Until finally, the red has now completely blotched out the darkness around you. There is a grung sitting before Wake, covered in an entire pool of blood. Missing an eye, missing a leg. But you can see something different about this. You see the misery, you see the pain in this person. In the back of your head, there's some good in you that says, this is not okay. This actually looks like this is something that your master has never taught you to try and control. But you keep going. You go for another slash. Your hand is rending through the flesh of this creature as it screams out in agony. Its wails ring out around you. You can't understand its language, but it still continues to scream in terror. It begins crying before you.
How?
But yet you still hunger for more. And with another slash, there's a thunderclap in the distance. You can't tell what's around you, but that there's a pool of blood underneath the floor around you. It almost looks like it's a small wave pool, like almost like a small little bit of tide coming in and out, that's slowly starting to ripple with each slash at the creature. Your vision turns from the water back to the creature. It's now Mr. Thuriday. You go for another slash. The power is still you feel the power coursing through you as Mr. Thuriday screams in agony. Another slash. It's now the deer you stabbed on Venom Island. You take another slash. Let me double check here. Yep, you take another slash. It's the naval officers from Jahal Cove when you blew them up with the dynamite. You take another slash. With each slash, limbs are going away. There is nothing now that with this last hack, you've taken a leg, you've taken an arm. The other leg was gone. The face is bruised and beaten. The last one is red, looking at you with no limbs. And yet you still continue. You grab her face, and you hear her scream as you see her body lurch towards you. You snap out of this vision. No, you're not awake. You snap out of this vision to feel that, okay, this is obviously some sort of dream. You're still in it. You're now standing before a ghoulish figure that looks exactly like you, zombified, turned around, getting ready to leer over in a stance, ready to attack. This thing looks like zombie you. It goes to reach for you before there's another thunderclap, and like that, the entire world around you is now dusk. You are standing on the surface of very still water, out in the middle of the ocean. You look off into the distance, and you see a mountain before you. It's very familiar. It almost reminds you of home. Your vision lifts up, and you look off to the distance, and you see the tip of the monastery sticking up out from your field of vision. There is a old man standing on top of the mountain, looking down upon you. With another thunderclap, it turns into Nedra looking down at you. You can clearly tell there is disappointment in her face. With a second thunderclap, it returns to the old man. You are now sure of it. This was your master. This was Master Delphilos, an old sea elf, wearing a robe and brandishing a trident similar to the one that you wield. You try to open your mouth to speak to him, and nothing comes out. You are frozen as you stare down as he stares down upon you. I don't remember teaching my pupil to act in such a savage manner. Your teachings were never meant for you to act so harshly. They were meant for you to see things that your decisions are clear, like the water you stand upon, like the ones that Kelpie lends to this place. Mend your ways to flow with the tide rather than to fight it, before you lose yourself forever. Awake. You hear Polfy screaming as it's time for morning.
Oh my fucking god.
Everyone awakes to a seagull laughing off in the distance.
Sweet music.
You know, I'll never get used to it.
Wait.
Ding, diddling, diddling, diddling. Come and get it!
Even sweeter music.
Wake gets up and just kind of like stares at himself in the mirror for a little bit. Just, what the hell? Is that real?
You pat down your chest, and you feel as though there's a small bit of hollowness. You've had this sense of exhaustion that you have not gotten a good night's sleep. You try to focus and feel as though, you're trying to see if this is like just a headache or a passing feeling. Your ki has dwindled. You wake up with only half your ki for the day.
Oh, good. I already had 3 written down. Maybe I shouldn't eat poison frog. Oh.
I was gonna say that hit messed you up something fierce.
Oh my god. All right. Wake just kind of steps out of the room and starts to make his way towards the galley.
Alrighty. As it stands for right now, the Yeldon has been taken out of the sandbar that it was landed on. You guys have not heard anything from Yeldon himself, but the ship still functions. It still moves. And all the mimics are still kind of like just talking jovially and everything. But you're not getting any voice out of Yeldon. Gulfer's remains are put away in his room for the time being in a coffin that was made by Pliskin. Everyone kind of like stares at their food as you now are welcome to a breakfast of trout.
Okay, I was gonna say, if it was the frog leg that I tossed Granny, Wake's just kind of like,
No.
not hungry for once.
As everyone enters the room, they notice that Risp and Scrung have not joined the table.
I just basically look around. Anyone seen those two?
Huh? Wake's just kind of lost in thought, staring at his bowl.
Pliskin kind of like looks around. I don't know about Green Boy, but Risp didn't look too hot last night. He kind of looked like he saw a ghost, even more so than after what he came back as.
Even more so than that time I saw that ghost?
Yes, Eloy.
Okay.
Ghosts we can deal with.
You can punch him.
I can. You can scare them.
Every single one of you can see Wake looks like he is just pale. He looks like something is not, like, his entire complexion is completely off kilter.
Everything okay, Wake? Wouldn't be doing my due diligence as captain if I didn't make sure you're not like a vampire or something, right?
I don't think so. I didn't sleep well last night. I
Oh.
don't know.
Well,
Continue staring off into space, very fog-eyed.
Ezra, meanwhile, is just very awkwardly trying to be like, well, I don't want to intrude, but at the same time, you seem, well, it's, you know, if you need anything, you know, the rest of the crew's here.
How will you break the ice, Grant? Do you wish to roll an insight to try and piece it together?
You know what? Sure.
I'm not hiding it, so just go off my passive, which I think is a 10.
Well, my insight's pretty bad, 7. So,
He's fine.
well,
He looks sleepy.
yeah, I'm sure if I leave him alone, he'll figure it out.
All right. So, you guys eat yourselves a quick little breakfast. Risp and Scrung still have not joined up with everyone. Pliskid decides to see how they're doing, and by grabbing food and taking it to their rooms.
Wake actually isn't that hungry. He'll go check on Riss, mostly because he thinks he might be able to. Like, if Wake thinks there's something spiritually wrong with him, so he's going to go try to talk to the holy man. He'll bring him some food.
So you're pretty much walking with Pliskid back over.
Yeah. So, how'd you sleep last night?
Not all that good. Everyone's kind of shaken up. Morale's pretty low about all this.
Yeah, me too. Starting to kind of rationalize that, yeah, no, everybody's fucked up right now.
Yep.
It's not just me.
Poor Risp especially, whatever happened on that island. He didn't want to talk about it, but he just looked. He entered his room and never came out. He kind of barricaded himself. I've been trying to coax him out all day.
Yeah. If you can't do it, I don't know if I can, but I'll give it a shot anyway.
Pliskin knocks on the door. Exclaims to Risp, we have food. You at least need to eat something.
Hey, did you by chance have any weird dreams last night?
You hear a thud, like as if he fell out of bed or something. Like something has fallen inside of his room at the sound of your voice.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just leave the food there. I'll be fine.
Okay, I had some questions that I wanted to ask, but it can wait, I guess.
No! You stop that, Ben!
He's a growing boy.
I missed it, and for anybody listening, I don't know what just happened.
Don't come in, Mom. I'm changing.
Okay. Gotcha.
Made a motion most teenage boys have made.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, if you, I hope you're feeling better. We'll leave the food out here for you, I guess. I'm just glad you're okay. Wake just kind of shuffles back.
You hear the door open, and Risk's hand kind of lurches out and fishes for the dish and then pulls it in.
Enjoy.
Is there something else you need?
If you're I had a weird dream last night. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know who to talk to about it. You just seem the most connected to everything, and I figured you might know.
I mean, okay. Is someone else out there with you?
I look over at Pliskin. Are you here?
Yes, Wake, I'm here.
All right, yeah.
Oh, good. Pliskin's here. All right. Both of you can come in, please.
Okay.
You open the door, and there's Risk just slowly roll a perception check real quick for me.
That would be a 9.
His sleight of hand is terrible. You see him put away his mace underneath his pillow just before you enter. He turns around. Oh, hi. Please come in.
Are you afraid of something?
Roll a persuasion check.
10.
He's biting the bottom of his lip, going no, I'm fine. He's scared of you.
I mean, if there's something out there that's going to get... Wait, it's me?
Do you say that out loud? He doesn't say anything out loud, but you can see the fear in his
Okay,
eyes.
oh.
He's quite upset about you. His hand is so close to the pillow, it's almost like he's ready to reach for his mace at a moment's notice.
I mean, because if there's anything out there that's going to attack you, like, don't worry, we'll take care of it. Are you afraid of me?
I'm going to roll something for Pliskin. He kind of like steps a little bit in between the both of you.
What's going on?
You killed and ate someone in front of me. I don't really know how to process that.
Well, I didn't. I wasn't the one that killed him, but
I
Yeah.
saw you maim him in front of me, Wake. It's... Mr. Wake, I'm sorry, but there's no way to put it, but I'm quite afraid of what you'll do. But I could see in your face that you're here to talk to me because you feel troubled, and I assume that could be a piece of it.
maybe. When I dreamed last night, all I could think about were the things that I lashed out and attacked in anger. And yesterday, after I found Gulfer, I don't know. I mean, all I could do was I could taste blood in the air. The only thing I could feel was anger.
Risk looks over to Pliskin. He kind of just like... Pliskin kind of like looks over to Risk just like, no, it's fine. I'm here. I'll do something if something happens. Kind of like giving him a reassuring look. Risk begins to motion his hands in prayer, begins to mutter something to himself, and he holds his hand out to you as a warm glow emanates from it. The light that comes from his hand almost feels like it's transparent, like the air is kind of like, it's like a mirage in the middle of his palm. It's wavering between dark red and back to that mirage color.
What's this about?
He looks to his hand. I don't know much of what your capabilities are for your spiritual needs, considering that you come from a monastery of Kelpie. I'm not quite knowledgeable in how most of those work, but your spirituality is turning much more turbulent.
That makes sense. I don't know, just the moment I woke up and when I got to Gulfer and got him down and checked on him, and as soon as I realized just every single feeling I had upon losing my family, upon losing my village, it rushed back all at once.
What did your master teach you in times of strife like this?
He died. I was still getting my basics down when he died.
Well, what was this dream? What else happened in this dream?
Well, I was eating the frogman, and I liked it. I liked it a lot.
You see Pliskin kind of like put his hand on the butt of his gun.
And then every time I ate, all of a sudden it started turning into other people that made me mad. I kept enjoying it, but then I saw what I was becoming. This pale monster of a man. And then, like that, I was in front of my old monastery, and my master was looking down on me, and when the lightning flashed, my master was Nedra. It's been a lot to unpack. I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable, Risk.
I ain't no psychologist. Wake. But that sounds like a pretty telltale sign you might need to calm down. Says Pliskin.
I know.
If I didn't know any better, it kind of also sounds like you're becoming more demon or devil.
That's a lot more to process than I was initially anticipating.
Pliskin's just looking at you like, hey, listen, man, from walking around with this little guy for most of my tenure as a naval officer. He's told me the stories. Right, Risk? Well, that's right.
So wait, people can become demons?
It's possible that there is such a thing as the madman's curse, but there are no stories to prove it. It's some tale that someone who loses themselves out in the middle of the ocean can become a demon or a devil depending on how heinous their acts are. But it's such a fable that there is no conclusive evidence to it.
Are there any cures?
We don't know. We thought it was just a story. It was a tale to try and keep sailors from doing heinous acts.
Ever since I ate that creature's eye, I don't know, I thought maybe it was just the poison from the creature itself, but I had like the worst stomach ache. I didn't enjoy it.
I wouldn't imagine you would enjoy it. That when I first came on this crew, it didn't seem like you were one who wanted to just constantly get himself into such chaotic instances.
I don't. I guess that's why I wanted to teach Nedra. When I look at her, I see a lot of myself. And I thought that maybe by trying to help her curb her appetites, maybe I could find peace in myself.
Make it a learning process together, then.
Yeah, I guess I should stop being the teacher in that regard. Maybe act a little bit more like a fellow student. All right, I'm sorry to bother you. Wake kind of leaves the soup where it is and just kind of like starts wandering out.
Nat 20. Excellent. Risk kind of like just tucks the the mace back underneath his pillow, kind of like trudges his way over to you. Looks at that turbulent little mound of energy in his hand. He actually like tries to stop you from going forward, and he holds his hand up. It's no longer dark red as it goes back to light red, pulsing back into that like translucent visage. It's a step in the right path.
Yeah. Wake just kind of nods.
Your key is restored to full.
Oh. Wake walks back out into the galley and sits down next to Ezra.
Hey, you're already looking better.
Yeah,
The sun got you good.
feeling a bit better. I feel like I put everybody around me in danger, like I'm cursed or something.
Wake, I think you're just seeing a dangerous world and feeling responsible. We all know what we signed up for. This is a dangerous journey. It happens.
There's just a pattern. It keeps following me. I don't want anybody else here to get hurt. I don't want anyone to die because of me. If I'd just woken up a few minutes earlier, I could have saved him.
Hey. No one... We don't know that. He could have... Anything could have happened. Any number of things. There's a...
Grammy kind of like slides in between you two.
I
live...
checked his body.
Hi, Grammy.
He was dead well before they took his heart out.
I'm not going to question her on that. She definitely has more
I will.
say in
I
this,
will
but-
trust your expertise on this, but Wake, you can't.
Bye, Grammy.
Actually, you're guiltless. Bye.
You're entirely faultless.
just her lips rise back up. Mwah.
Grammy's so proud of her little boy. Now what's perfect, sweetie? Meh.
Wake, the thing is, with this crew, we've all lost people. It's kind of what's brought us together. Everyone's had their share of problems that, sure, if you look at it a certain way, it feels like they're following you. But Wake, I think the thing is, we just live in a scary world, and stuff happens. Sometimes it's without reason or without, anyone in particular to blame, or
It's D&D.
it's like there's a bunch
Fighting with
of
the
dice
legends of
just
yore.
rolling and things happen based on.
Stephen Lynch reference. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I mean, what a country. Where I come from, rocks fall and kill you. In this country, you fall on rocks and die. Who knew?
It's quite the. It's
a
quite
wild,
the.
topsy-turvy
yeah,
universe, Eloy.
That was the exact word I was going to use.
Your entire world is turned topsy-turvy.
Like, Eloy comes from a tribe of people where people were dying all the time because of rock slides. Red comes from a terrifying, dark universe of horror monsters that stalk around at night and suck the blood from people.
When you're on the job. there's just Red reading a book. When you're on the job, yes.
Scrung came from an unknown goblin kingdom, and just like all sorts of crazy shit happened in his life. And we all have messed up pasts. It's part of what the natural wonders kind of have come together over.
There's Onslow. I'm fun.
No, Ansel's got it all figured out.
Onslow has it figured out, but we also have young old Cletus or whatever the fuck his name was, and he was a nightmare.
You just
gator,
watch as Onslow swallows his cigarette when you mention that name.
So someone somewhere really lost something near, at least adjacent Onslow. We all have horrendous, terrifying things following us that, if we stop and stare at them for long enough, they can really come and scare us. But Wake, you've made mistakes. We all have. That's a lot of us. You're not alone there. You don't need to feel like you're the only one bearing this burden. None of us wants anyone here to get hurt or in danger, but at the same time, when we all signed up for this adventure and started sailing these seas, it's what we knew we were looking at. We were going somewhere dangerous. We were going somewhere where something would happen. And Gulfer, no matter what happened to him or where he is now spiritually, he knew that signing up. He knew that when he came with us. We've all seen our share of danger here, and sometimes your number's just up. And I mean, I don't think Gulfer would want us to wallow in fear and try and sit back and...
You blithering idiot, you're supposed to be drinking for me.
Ghost! And if he were here today, I feel like he would say something along the lines of, "Hey, you blithering idiot, you should be drinking for me." Because that sounds like the Gulfer I know. He wouldn't want us to wallow and... At this point, Ezra's beginning to stand feeling like he's giving a speech. He wouldn't want us to wallow and be scared and just sit back and be afraid.
I'm figuring for like flavor, you're probably offering like a bottle of wine at this point.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna say this is a. Would it be a persuasion or a performance of giving a speech to
I
everybody?
will let you choose.
Well,
Are you trying to persuade people to feel a certain way? Or are you just trying to put on a show?
I am more trying to be like, I get that everybody's really down about what happened, and I want to raise spirits. I want.
Then that would be a persuasion, I think.
All right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, then with that, I got a 23, and I am just beginning this like bold, like, beautiful. He wouldn't want us to be, scared and keeping to ourselves and mourning in silence. He would want us celebrating the life he lived. He found the Yeldon. He got this crew together. He helped bring all of these mimics aboard. He did all sorts of research. He, did groundbreaking work on, a possibly future illegal substance known as HIT that could change the course of history for this very world. Gulfer lived a long and full life, cheated, and just living it to the fullest, and screwing everybody else over along the way, because he was a natural wonder, damn it.
Roll you. Yeah, what was your number again?
23.
Yeah,
Everyone in the entire galley holds their mug up.
Yeah, Wake's not fighting it. He's not trying to wallow, but...
And so that's why I say this one's to Gulfer.
To Gulfer.
Love really is the secret ingredient.
And it's a damn delicious one, Grammy.
I mean, you know how many people die of old age where I come from?
None?
Because of all the rock slides.
I'm not sure how long we can live.
That's startling.
Yeah, we've never really quite pinpointed the life expectancy.
Wow, he made it 14 seasons.
Every time Eloy now has a birthday, I just see him just like with the most paranoid schizophrenic look looking left and right like, oh God, is it happening now? Is it going to happen?
When my older brother, you know, the village elder, said...
All right, well, with spirits lifted slightly and a lot to think about, Wake is sated.
Alrighty. Everyone goes back up top. You're not really running the ship. It's kind of being towed by Avelo's vessel at this point.
Yeah. Who wants to go find Scrung, by the way? Because he never showed up for breakfast either.
Yeah, I was going to see if any, like, I was just going to ask around the crew if anyone has seen him since last night.
No one's seen him.
Is he in his room?
I check by his quarters and knock on the door. Scrung, you in there? Everybody met for breakfast and you weren't around and never can tell. Don't know if you could have been kidnapped.
You open the door with a strong sense of alcohol bursting out of it.
Whew! Someone's been partying.
You hear bottles clanking.
Scrung, buddy. Looks like you got ahead of us on the whole celebrating the life of golfer.
As you open the door slightly, bottles of whiskey just flow out.
Where did he get all those?
I see you've been stockpiling.
Just pops. He's halfway down another bottle, sitting in bed, just looking at you with a cigarette and half in his mouth. Yeah.
Now, Scrung, you catch me as a worldly being. You can't tell me that you've never lost someone, that you don't understand that wallowing in despair isn't gonna help things.
Loss.
You've experienced it more than most.
Yeah. You'd be pretty fucking astute about that.
I know. Just saying. Now Ezra's charisma is starting to fail him. Although I rolled okay with a with a 22 performance, but I guess if you don't want it, it's just not gonna work. But it's like, come on, we've all been, you know, trying to deal with our problems in our own way, and you missed it at breakfast, but we all kind of came together and realized that
dealing with my problems in my own way, Captain. I am drinking away the woes of my entire kingdom. I am drinking away the woes that I am a lost soul in a fucking world that I don't belong in. I am losing the fact that I lost my writing hand! Oh, and by the way, the guy who did all this to me, he's still out there in large. So you tell me, what another fucking amazing way can I express myself than not drinking myself silly until I fucking, I don't know, find the guy responsible? When the fuck's that gonna happen? He could be anywhere on this planet.
You're right, he could be anywhere. You wouldn't want to be pissed drunk when you found him, would you?
Do you have leads?
I'm just saying, we never...
Do you have leads?
You never know, Scrung! It could be any time.
I'm gonna roll intimidation for him.
All right.
Roll insight.
16 on my insight.
That shriek freaked you out, but you resolved it back by 1 point.
Now, Scrung, look. I get that you're in an especially low place right now. So I'm gonna leave you alone.
Wait, hold on. And I've officially pissed myself. Now I'm in the lowest place.
So I'm gonna leave you alone, but I just want you to let you know. We all wanted to make sure you were okay. And nothing bad happened to you. You know, outside of the myriad of bad things that have happened to you already, I mean. You get it. So I'm just saying you got a group of people out there, whether you believe it or not, that do think you belong. And do care about you. But I see that you don't need us, so we'll be out here whenever you decide to change your mind. And I just back out.
As you shut the door, you hear a bottle hit the door on your way out.
Trying to be nice, and all it does is just complain. Ah. Walk back out to the crew. Strong's fine. Just mad.
Like normal strong amount of mad, or
Nah, this is an extra mad. A very ornery, he probably won't be making it to breakfast tomorrow morning either kind of mad.
Did you leave him any food?
I told him it's out here if he wants it, but if he's gonna be all surly and angry, he'll have to figure that one out.
Eloy puts together a tray of food and leaves it outside Scrung's door.
Okay.
Gives him a little knock, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
All right.
just a little knock, but then like ditches. Eloy's still real intimidated by Scrung. He still feels bad about about what went down with the red cap.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So it is now midday. You feel that the Yeldon has made a complete stop. It's kind of just like listing into the water. You all go to investigate. You are met with Avelo's ship off in the distance, still towing you guys. But there is a... So do you know what a blobfish is?
Yes.
I
It's
don't.
one of those human-looking weird fish faces.
That is probably like 5 football stadiums wide
Jeez.
of a blobfish face that strikingly almost looks more humanoid than that. I need you to roll me a perception check.
Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20?
Yeah, I see the shit out of it.
This is a really bad characterization of one of your race.
Ugh.
That's racist. Who drew Oh, that's actually a thing. Holy shit. What the...
Oh no, you know that blobfish are a thing.
Yeah.
But this doesn't look like a blobfish. It looks like it was someone was trying to mimic a really bad caricature of what looks like a swordfish kind of merfolk.
Huh.
The nose is pointed up. It has little serrated edges on the side.
So is this thing like intelligent?
It's like a sawfish. Yeah, how close are we to it?
You're next to Avelo's ship. She's like looking off into the distance. She notices that all of you are getting up out of there. She looks to you. Well, this is our problem.
Like, are we, like, how close to the blobfish are we, though? Like, are we within...
You are probably like 200 feet away from this via the ship.
All right, hold on a sec.
Well, if we could just get our demolitions expert to rig up some Oh,
I pull out the ram's
made
horn,
myself sad.
and I start yelling in Aquan. Hello?
You hear a distant voice off. Yes, hello. I did not think to speak to someone of Aquan.
Oh, this is much more discourse than I expected, actually. You're just hearing, like, whale sounds, basically.
Do the others around you speak common?
Yes.
Oh, good. Then I can cut this act then.
Oh,
It must
fine.
sound silly to them.
A little.
You look off. You look off. There's Red. I see that you've already made friends with. You've already made friends with Captain Raoul.
That thing's a captain?
He's on the other side of the statue, Wake.
Oh, you were talking to someone else. You weren't talking to the big fish. Got it.
Oh, the big fish was not talking to me. Gotcha.
No, there are. If you
I was gonna say,
look
it's
up,
very impressive to not move its mouth like that.
there's
Even Aquan.
Pliskin's up at the crow's nest. He looks over. No, there are other vessels on the other side of the statue.
Oh.
So it just appeared here? Is this thing isn't normally here, I'm guessing?
No, it's not. It appeared just as we were trying to make way. It appeared here after the storm giant passed us.
So
We were stuck in this small little like in-ground area. Not in-ground area. It's like a closed-off like little.
an inlet.
Yeah, you're in an inlet right now, and you're stuck in it until this thing gets out of the way. The Navy on the other side is currently investigating the situation, but from where you guys are, you're pretty much trapped. The only thing, you don't really have any other information other than like going up there to investigate it. It is made of obsidian.
Wait, the giant stonefish face?
Yep.
Okay. So you think the you think maybe the giant just kind of kicked it and moved it up here? I don't know. It
That's
could be a part of it.
impossible. there's nothing around here that would. There's nothing around here in this inlet that would just allow a giant statue to come up out of the ocean.
I mean, if the
So-
stone giant kicked it and moved it, maybe. I don't know.
So out of character, I know that obsidian is a volcanic rock with a knowledge roll of 14. Does Eloy know that?
Let me do something real quick.
We would have seen it when we were in the. Oh, we went somewhere where there was a bunch of lava, and I feel like we described obsidian.
Oh yeah, no, you saw
nearby.
obsidian when you were before you went to go fight the Abyssals.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
when
before we fought
the-
Victor when we were in the volcano.
Yeah, the collective one came in and slam dunked Victor out of the obsidian and lava.
So I think it's fair that Eloy could have pieced that together by
Yep.
seeing it again.
Are there any volcanoes around here?
I mean, there are lots of them underwater.
That's the thing, though. This thing has never been here before, and it's quite odd that just out of one day, an entire volcano would spit out a statue of a person.
Could this have been under the water, and maybe the tides have just shifted so significantly that this has
No.
been revealed?
None of the ships would have been able to pass through if that were the case.
Could it be a volcano that's also a person, like an underwater old lady Big Rock Mountain?
It doesn't seem to be reacting to much.
It's just it's purely just a statue. We had a few of my men go out there and try to take a piece of it. She kind of holds it up. It's just a chunk of normal obsidian.
So, I guess you just kind of want us to figure it out? Or what do you know so far, other than it just showed up?
This will not require any of your services. Your lot seems to be done and tired with a lot of things as of right now. Your ship is in disarray. You've lost one of your men. Why don't you allow the Navy to take care of this while you just take time to yourselves?
Well,
The problem is we've never been very good at just sitting on our hands, even if we've got things to deal with. Normally,
I got a lot of shit to unpack, and I don't quite feel like doing it all in one day.
And my hands don't reach back that far.
Well, allow the Vorpal vessels to at least to observe and figure out what's going on with the statue itself. If you wish to go inland, I will not stop you. There might be something there to find. But for the most part, allow the Navy to at least take care of the statue. God's forbid if it, I don't know, came alive and started rampaging. I feel the Vorpals would be the only thing that would be able to stop it.
Fair enough.
that's
This whole situation reeks of magic, and if there's anything the Navy is at least well versed in, it is that.
well,
All
it's
right. Wake kind of shrugs and just heads off to go talk to Nedra.
Ezra just kind of stares at it for a little bit more, trying to think if there's anything that he can do in the immediate future to change.
That thing is so ugly, it looks like it's staring directly at you, but yet not at the same time.
Do you think in its big giant obsidian nose there's boogers made of gold?
Ooh.
All right, so Wake, you're gonna go try to find Nedra.
I was just going to go talk to Nedra. See how she's feeling after everything.
All right, so for everyone else, I need you to roll me a perception check.
12.
Nat 20.
Hey.
Now I'm the one seeing it real good. Blah, 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 blah.
You heard something off the side of the side of the ship. That's not where the side where the Vorpal is for Ave's ship. It's on the starboard side. You hear bubbling. You hear, I want to talk to you.
I head over towards the sound.
Huh.
Is someone there? Hello?
You look off at the distance, and there's a giant, like, really, really rotund fin kind of just, like, swimming around. Almost like there's a really fat shark swimming around.
Is that hello? Are you
Wake
the
heard-
one shouting to me?
If Wake heard the Aquan, he would have looked off to the side. What?
Yeah, no, you see that there's a giant fin kind of, like, swimming around. You need to roll me an intelligence check with advantage.
Okay. That's probably going to be it. Yeah, 19.
19? That's a sunfish.
The hell? I mean, it makes sense. We're in a bay, but
And then you watch as, like, big, round, wide eyes with no eyelids kind of just, like, rise up out of the water. with a really like chubby face. It's me. I'm over here.
I got a 4 int check. Just, is it dangerous, Wake?
I'll be right back. I dive into the water.
Are you with the Navy? Are you with the Navy? You go into the water.
Yeah, I
There's
go
a really-
talk
there's a-
to it.
There's a really big fat guy with a little like half robe that goes down his waist, and he's got a small trident kind of just like laced around the side of it, but it also like kind of curves a little bit, like it's supposed to be some kind of scepter.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not with the Navy at all. But
Oh, good. Thank you so much. Listen, I need your help so bad.
yeah, what's going on? Are you from a tribe around here?
No, I'm kind of trapped here. I kind of came here on my own volition, but listen, like, I need you to keep this quiet, please. Oh, my name is Kolo. If I should at least give you my name.
Kolov?
Coaloaf.
Kolov. My name's Wake.
He grabs your hand and he shakes it. Like, even though you're underwater, like,
Yeah, we're merfolk. We know how to.
oh yeah, no, he shakes your hand and everything. And he like just like grabs. He's like shaking it, not violently, but like rough enough because of his weight, you can feel like your wrist go with it. But even touching his hand underwater, he feels like clammy and all like just you.
It's impressive.
It's it's impressive that it feels like you're shaking hands with someone super sweaty.
How do you? Okay. So what's going on, Kolov?
Oh, okay. Well, what's your name? I've never
I
actually
said-
seen a merfolk this far in before.
As I stated previously, my name's Wake.
Okay, Wake. Listen, from one like merfolk to another.
Uh-huh.
This man's super nervous. You feel it. You can hear the jowls in his voice as he talks.
Yeah.
You need to help me with that thing.
The stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how that got there? Just
Me.
you. You did that.
Me.
That's impressive. How'd you do it?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Oh man, that's.
But listen. Okay, I may as well tell you like what's going on at least. You see, I used to live. I used to live in Wright, you know, the port town just outside of here.
Yeah, we were on our way there.
Right. Well, the problem is that my once fiance cheated on me.
Oh, I can't imagine why.
I know, right?
It's awful.
Well, that's neither here nor there. That aside,
Yeah.
but the problem is that I used to I was studying over at the Enchantery Guild over at Wright, and then the night before my graduation, I found out my fiance left me for someone else.
That bitch.
I know. Well, I came out here to practice my magic to blow off a little bit of steam because I get a little huffy when I get mad. You know.
Right.
It
I
makes you expand.
I get that one. I get that one.
So I was flinging magic left and right to make sure no one would get hurt if I got really, really upset.
Uh-huh.
And long story short, some of my materials got a little mixed up, and that happened.
Well, it's quite the spell you
He
got
kind of
there.
like ushers you to like he ushers you to like follow him down into the water.
I follow further.
You're starting to feel thermal like ash and heat come from the bottom of the where you are.
All right,
There is thermal
thermal
vents.
Yeah.
There is thermal vents. As you swim down, you see the trident on his back. It almost bears the same material that your master's trident was made out of.
Say, where'd you get that trident?
Oh, I found. They always give it to me at the guild. They enchanted it. I don't want to. It's kind of part of the reason why I'm asking you to help. But we'll get to that in a little
right,
bit,
all right.
please. Please,
No
I'm
worries.
so worried. I don't want anyone else to know about this, especially the Navy.
Nobody has to know. Just you and me.
Okay, good.
All right.
He takes
we're
you
good.
down, and there are more statues, like all across the floor, like standing there, kind of just like all proud. Some of them have their heads blown off. Some of them have like pieces of them melted. They all look like a. I need you to roll me an investigation check.
Just look at Eloy. He's been down there a while, huh?
That'd be
sorry.
13.
13.
Everyone gets a focus episode sometimes.
I'm the only one that can breathe underwater.
No, yeah. I'm not blaming you.
All right, so you go down.
Yeah, 13.
You look at all the statues. This is a naval officer. all the outfits, like, it's made of stone, like, but it's like shaped in the clothing that like you saw like Gore wear.
Is it all the same sawfish?
It's all the same sawfish.
Huh.
And you can't quite put your finger on it, but you think it looks like, oh, it's the statue. It's the big
Yeah.
face statue.
Okay, so I see you've been practicing your craft a bit down here.
Yes, I have a little bit of evocation in me. I got so upset that I just had to blow off steam somewhere.
That's, you know what? Choose anywhere, blow off steam, may as well be a volcanic vent.
Well, I unfortunately a bit of some materials that I had made special, like, went off and set off a spell I've never casted before. I think it was enlarge and reduce. And well, now you see the result.
Well,
But please, we have to get rid of it. We have to destroy it.
well,
we
you
have
said
to
that.
move it. We have
Hold on. You said there were two parts of that spell, right? A large and reduce.
Yes.
Well, if we just get the same components and you cast the reduce on it, maybe
Well,
we'll get there.
You're actually walking in the same path I was hoping you would.
Yeah, right,
Because
right.
You see, here's the thing: is that now that the Navy's here, I'm scared I'll get arrested
Don't worry.
because the one who stole my wife is here,
Oh,
and it's kind of all of these statues.
that's awkward.
It is. It's very awkward.
That's real awkward.
You could see like sweat coming off this man, even though like
How
you're
do you
underwater.
do that?
I don't know.
We
It
don't
just-
even have sweat glands.
I don't know. It's just happening.
Oh man.
Make
okay.
it stop.
Well, if we can reduce it before he can see the face, maybe it's distorted enough that nobody else will recognize it, and then
Well, I'm kind of happy that he hasn't recognized it. Otherwise, he would come over here and try to kill me himself.
why would he kill you himself?
Because
What else have you done?
that's not.
It's a little bit the point.
A little bit the point, yes, but the point is that listen. If you do this for me, if you help me with this, I am an enchanter by I mean, not officially anymore, but I am an enchanter. I will enchant anything for your whole entire crew. I will
Oh.
enchant one thing within my power. I will give you all the enchantments. Just please help me get rid of this mess.
Okay, fine. First of all,
This man is grabbing you by the shoulder, like, please.
okay. First of all,
This man is 8 feet tall and looks like he's 400 pounds.
Kolo, get a hold of yourself! I slap him in the face.
No, you slap him.
Boing.
Thanks, I needed that.
Yeah, you did. All right. First things first.
I don't know what came over me.
All of these statues down here, they gotta go.
That's no problem. I can get rid of them. It's
Yeah.
just the big one is the problem.
We'll focus on that one. But first, if they're going to go sweeping around anywhere, these gotta go.
Okay, well, I can
'Cause
do
it's-
that. But here's the problem with the spell that I casted.
Okay.
It requires a certain ore, and that ore was what set off the spell in the first place, and it used my whole entire batch, and that's why it's so big.
Okay. What ore do we need?
I'm looking for the ore we're looking for is called sorbent.
Sorbent.
Sorbent ore.
Sorbent ore. Wake is going to.
With with advantage
Aha.
intelligence check.
Serpentor, he was in charge of the Cobra Commander, right?
Wow. Modified
I was
20.
searching for some kind of is it ethereal? Is it an ether ore or an either ore?
As
Didn't
a
quite get there.
merfolk, you know that there are materials that even your people can't get, and that it trades with the surface dwellers. That is actually one of the ores it is, because it's a malleable source that no surface dweller could actually use it in a forge, but made in thermal heat, it can make weaponry and equipment for underwater usage. And only the surface dwellers are able to mine it, but only merfolk can actually use it.
And so, since I know, I got a modified 20 here, would I know, what kind of source, I'm looking for here? What kind of a mine? I mean, obviously, a mine in general, but
Well, what do you explain to him? Well, after you-
basically, okay. So we're looking for a source of this metal. We only have an island that we can get to from here. And
Well,
we-
that's not that's no problem. I actually know where you can find some.
Oh, where's that?
It's actually just a little bit off the coast. But the problem is, if I show my face, they'll see me. And also, I heard there's very scary lizard people.
Like lizard frog people, or?
No, like, I don't know. Have you ever seen a sea snakeman?
I've seen snake people, but
Well, it's kind of like that. I've seen snake people swimming around, but they're bigger and huskier and much. And they spit acid. It's terrifying.
that does sound pretty bad. All right. We will get this material for you. How much do you need?
As much as you can get, maybe. Depending on how big this is, he like kind of like looks at his work. He's just like, oh geez, oh geez.
All right, look, Kolo, you just stay down here and you focus on getting rid of all of these statues,
He needs at least a cannonball-sized dose of material.
and we'll come back with as much as we can get.
Okay, that'd be great.
All right.
Please make haste, and please don't tell the Navy about this. If they find out, Raoul will kill me.
Look, I'm no fan of the Navy, so I will help you out here. Merman to larger, sweatier merman.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's really hot down here.
It really is. It's a thermal vent. I mean,
I want you to think this man is like strong sad.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm imagining. All right, look, you start getting rid of these, and I'll be back in a jiffy.
Okay, well, please hurry back as fast as you can.
All right, I swim my way up and flipper jump back up onto the boat.
Oh. Show up.
Sorry, I got some drought in my throat. Anyway, we should go inland.
Oh, okay.
I feel like we can talk better there, and that maybe we should.
I'm gonna see if I can pick up what he's putting down with my insight. 11.
Not really hiding it, so my passive being 10. Yeah.
All right, sure. Let's go inland.
Yeah, this just over that way. Not the island we were just at, but the one over there. That cove.
He pretty much maps out to you that like if you just go a little bit back where you came and just hit the coastline, you can probably find this place out just fine.
I shout back. All right, Ave. Best of luck with the thing. We're gonna go have a day at the beach, I guess.
She does not read you whatsoever.
That's
Don't
impressive.
don't wander off. Don't wander off too far. When we find if we have to destroy this thing, we'd rather keep the casualties to a minimum.
Yeah, no worries. We're just gonna be over there. We won't even beach ourselves this time.
You best.
I mean, minimum casualties would be 0, so it feels like that ship sailed.
Yeah.
Not if this thing topples on you, dear. If we were to blow this up.
That would be bad.
All right. So while we're sailing, I explain the situation to everybody. Okay. So basically, this rather large merman, he was cuckolded. And now he's trying to get revenge, but it kind of backfired because he made the statue a little big, and it's blocking off the only exit. And it just so happens to look like the, I guess, captain that's on the other side of it. So we need to get rid of
No one
it.
pieced that together.
I guess. Look, it might not be a great
It's
likeness.
so enlarged and fat that I even rolled for Raoul. He did not notice what that is.
I mean,
But it's only a matter of
This
time.
guy has his own Mount Fishmore and couldn't even tell.
He has not noticed, and it's only a matter of time until he does.
look, I'm just saying, like, the quicker we get this done, this guy, he needs our help. He's just having a rough go of it. I think we can all agree with, understand that as of late.
Oh
And,
yeah,
and
no.
there's Red just sitting there. And why are we assisting someone who is impeding our path to civilization?
Well,
because
whereas-
it's a way to get back to civilization.
Yeah.
Also, he claims to be a fairly decent enchanter, and I mean, I guess he can do a few things here and there, and he offered to enchant some stuff for us. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, there's a little bit of personal me wanting to help a fishman against the Navy sort of thing here. Just
I suppose, if
Like
and
you-
well,
like
if
Red,
you're gonna be walking off into the jungle, I suppose, then Ansel just like pushes her to the side gently, gun over his shoulder.
That's about what I was expecting. Yeah, Red, you've been through a lot lately. I think you deserve a break.
What are we hunting, son?
Snakes.
Mighty tasty, mighty tasty.
Yeah, pretty big ones too. So
All right, so with that, I actually think we'll have to take a quick break here so I can fill up the map.
Sounds good to me.
Got it.
We'll see you guys after these messages. Welcome back to the table. All right, we're on island. We're looking for some ore. We got our boy Onslow with us.
Yep.
It's like the old days. It's like way back in Jahal.
Yeah.
So you guys take a small rowboat to take you off to the shore. Based on what Kolo has told you, there's a small cave that is full of the stuff. But again, the problem is that the snake or lizardy or whatever people are still around. So he doesn't know if they're hostile or not, and him showing his face on the surface would be a bad time if the Navy ever caught him. So he's hoping you could at least get in there, maybe get an oar, and get the hell out.
Yeah. As we're like going ashore, I'm either pulling the boat or helping rowing, whichever
Yeah.
I'm doing.
So you guys are currently on the shore right now.
So I'm just thinking, like, we're around a whole bunch of volcanic vents, and then, do you think it might be possible that, you know, a tribe of Ziaka's people has made it out this far? Like, maybe they worship the collective one, same as her? Like, all I know is that they're snake people. I ain't seen any of them.
I mean, that's very possible. I'm trying to remember if I have any physical thing that I had gotten from her.
You have the wand that
yeah, the scepter.
communicates with it.
I'm going to roll history for Onslow to see if he actually has any knowledge to that, being that he lives so close to them. Yes, Onslow, you do know something. I don't know, son. It seems that they were mighty secluded when it came to that sort of stuff. So, maybe finding Yanti out here in the islands, that doesn't seem implausible. But what does seem implausible is them following the collective one. That feels a little tied to the island itself of Jahal.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean,
Did kind
they
of
were a
reside
little
there.
culty.
You guys look off into the distance. There's a small path that leads up a small hill. Onslow, I'm going to roll a perception check for him. He notices that there are markings on the tree. Like, you're now entering into a jungle-like area. The pathway almost seems like this used to be a place where people used to, like, take out, like, bits of stock and whatnot. There are broken barrels kind of stripped around the area. Maybe a few broken crates here and there. A bunch of crabs are just, like, dancing around, trying to, like, just break open stuff, like coconut crabs and whatnot. Onslow kind of, like, moseys on over to the side. I'll move him. He, like, gets up to here.
It's up to there.
Yep. He gets up to the staircase before putting his hand over the tree that he saw the markings on. You hear him like make like that guttural gator hiss at the bottom of his throat. Well, this ain't snake. This is lizard folk.
Huh. Maybe I mean, he did say lizard, but he also mentioned snake. I don't know.
Sounds like the boy was a little bit of a coward.
Yes. Wake just kind of like, yeah.
Onslow takes his claw. I'm gonna roll a survival check. Oh yeah. Takes his claw, kind of like scratches above it. The claw markings are completely different.
All right, so they aren't gators.
Not your tribe.
Well, hopefully they speak the language.
Well,
know
hopefully.
Well, the only other person on the ship I could talk to about that is the small boy, Riss. He's speaking about Draconic.
Right. Well, if we run into any, hopefully you can be our diplomat.
Son, that's foolish.
Well,
I wasn't gonna say it.
hey, if it comes down to being able to speak their language at all,
You can be our interpreter.
Oh, and by the by, you guys couldn't take Onslow's gun with you because of the fact that the Navy was right next to you.
Oh, yeah. They probably
Guns in
might-
general aren't allowed, huh? But the Navy use guns. I carry guns.
You have one in like a concealed pocket area. It's
I
not
have
just-
a rifle.
Oh, well.
It's a Navy rifle, too.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. That is kind of questionable. Let me just roll for that. Yeah, no, he snuck it on.
There we go.
He snuck it onto the boat. Because his blunderbuss is tech.
Okay. Oh, that's right. It's that dragon fire thing that we
Yep.
got from the
Yeah,
Guineas.
that's the problem. Is that his
Not just
gun by
guns, but this
itself
mod gun.
is not the tech; it's the ammo that he uses.
One day we'll get ammo for these guns.
I mean, you could buy them.
I could easily.
But that's not as fun as finding it organically.
Yeah. Just finding balls
Yeah.
of ammunition on the ground.
Yeah, find musket balls on bats. Sure, why not?
I'm just saying Resident Evil birds drop incendiary grenades. That's all. All right, we'll start
Universe
moving
within it.
inland.
All right. So as you guys continue up the path, you're starting to see more and more of these scratch marks that Onslow pointed out to you before. The jungle is now getting much more dense as you go in, almost like a temperate, humid kind of like really bad heat, almost like you were back in the swamp where where you guys first met Onslow.
Watch out for birds.
Oh God, don't remind me.
There are a couple of birds. There's a bird of paradise looking down at the floor. It looks over at you, Eloy. It puffs up its like neck and shows off a little pattern. It goes, dances back and forth.
I see you.
Does Eloy like blue? All right, so as we approach this square over here, what are we?
Oh, you are greeted. There are lizard boys who are just sitting there. There are small little like huts that are filled with lizard folk. Though you have never seen lizard folk like these boys before. They are much more slender, and their jaws are like not the same, not as long and as large as Onslow's, but they're more square shaped. And you feel like there's some kind of liquid that kind of like just lurches a little bit outside of their jaw. Like it's very translucent, but it's there because every time when they walk, there's a small hiss as one of it hits the ground.
All right,
As like a little droplet of it hits the ground.
I lean
They're not
back.
attacking you. They're all watching you now as you approach.
I lean back. By the way, I hear they spit acid. Just a note.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Anyone want to roll a
Just have
intelligence check?
my hands up, just like hello. We mean you no harm.
Oh wow. Modified 20.
16.
18.
Pretty good on the intelligence rolls today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're smart.
You've heard, all of you have heard stories about really, really large lizards that like their saliva itself is toxic. These creatures have a name, and they're Komodo dragons. These people remind you of these creatures.
The monitor folk. I've just got my hands up, looking around like we don't mean any harm. We are just looking for something.
I say.
They don't answer. They all just look at you, just like
Wake just waves.
one of them. They're all dressed in like not tribal gear, but they're all dressed in like little tunics, almost like their miner attire. But I don't think miners carry around pistols and scimitars.
I mean, maybe they do if there's dangerous stuff.
Well,
We don't
they're-
know. We don't
they're-
know how too greedily or too deep they dug.
They're dressed in like white, brown tunics. They're kind of like all messy because of their saliva dripping down off their mouths.
do the tunics look like they fit them? Like, do they
Yes,
look like they
it's
were
made.
made for them? Okay.
They are tailored for them. They are wearing pants as well, but they're all cut at the bottom, kind of like just because of wear and tear,
Right.
because of the location you're at. One of them just kind of like looks over to Ezra.
Ezra's still not sure if they if the language barrier has been crossed.
Oh, they're talking to each other. It's all grunts and hisses.
Okay.
Yeah, you picking up any of that, Onslow?
So far, they seem fine with us.
Oh, cool.
Do we have any idea where this mine we're looking for is? Because
It's right in front of you. You can see it.
Okay. If they're
But there is a bigger lizard. There is a bigger Komodo dragon fella. Like, he's way bigger than everyone else. He is wearing a leather vest that's padded. He's got a scimitar that stretches all the way behind him. It looks like it's two-handed wielded. And he's got a pickaxe as well, like on the side of him, and a couple of sticks of dynamite as well. He's just like standing there with his arms folded, looking at the lot of you.
Hi. I say to the larger gentleman. Hello? Do you speak the common tongue at all?
You know when snakes yawn to readjust their jaws? That's what he does. You watch as like 4 rows of teeth pop out, and like you feel the heat and intensity of his acid from his mouth opening up, and he closes it back down. It's almost like someone burped in your face, except it hurts.
I give myself a little yawn, show off a few rows of my teeth.
Intense breath.
Is that like a greeting to them? I nudge to Onslow.
No, you just yawned in his face.
Oh, well, he just burped in mine, so it's like, is that fair? Like, are we on an even discourse here, or?
The giant lizard folk looks over to Onslow and starts grunting and hissing at him.
No, I guess this is your show now.
If he asks, we have things to trade. If we can't just go in.
How far away from me would you say where on this map is this bro? Like,
He's
which-
right. He's where Onslow's right now.
Okay, so is that guy?
Yeah.
All right.
The others are just like you're watching as more of them are just starting to gather around, just like watching and seeing what's going on
we
here.
have visitors.
Oh yeah, they got visitors, but they don't look like they care all that much because their eyes are just soulless, black, and vacant.
Should things go south, I have a plan.
All of them are wearing equipment. All of them are wearing like just clothing, and a lot of them are also wearing pieces of weaponry.
Okay. Do they all have dynamite? Or is it just Big Boy?
Just Big Boy has a pouch
Okay.
of dynamite.
I see where you're going.
So, I'm going to do a couple of rolls. The big boy kind of like looks over to the lot of you after speaking to Onslow and like them grunting and hissing.
Wake just gives his innocent smile.
He points over to the weapons you guys have to Onslow, and you hear him kind of like give out this hissy, raspy version of common. It's broken. It's super fucking broken, but he looks over to Onslow. Raleigh wished to know if acceptable.
You want us to ditch our weapons?
He holds his hand up. Foolish. That leave you dead.
That's what I thought.
Why come here? He's now looking to the rest of you. Like, he spoke to Onslow. These two could easily talk, and Onslow kind of like stepped to the side, just like, no, it's fine. Just he's going.
I'm
to
not a talker.
He's attempting, but
All right. I explain the situation. There is a mineral in your mind that we wish to acquire.
he like squints his eyes at you.
Metal, steel.
You
tink,
watch.
tink.
You watch his tongue kind of just like flip out and like almost touch your nose. And goes back in.
Specifically this metal. I tap the tip of my trident. Tink, 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 tink.
He holds his claw out to you.
It's tied to me. I hand it over.
Like snatches it. Like bites onto the tip of the metal.
It's threaded with silver, but the main of it is made out of the same stuff, I'm guessing.
We have plenty.
Ah,
Great.
Hands it to you.
Then, we have a few. Have some.
No.
We trade.
Keep trade. We speak and hunt.
We hunt good.
He looks over to Onslow. Can tell. He like points over at the musket, and Onslow's just sitting there, just like, oh boy, yeah, it's time now.
It's been so long.
What hunt?
Many creatures round here that destroy and maim and kill my people. Our men very scared to go out and find more resources. He like holds up a small piece of paper to you and shows you they've been contracted by the port town of Wright to find materials for them. But because of this entire fiasco with the face, it's cut them off from getting back to Wright.
All right. Well, if we have some of that material, we can get you back to Wright. That being said, what is this?
Right. People of Wright require us to get more. For us to get more, we must venture into the woods. But the woods are fraught with danger. We need you to help us thin a path.
Well, I think we can do that. What sort of danger?
Anything. There is anything and there's anything and everything here. He's pretty much now describing to you. He looks over to Onslow. He notices that like he's not getting his words out properly. He's saying that he looks over to Onslow and starts talking to him. Ansel returns and looks to you guys. This boy says that anything with a set of teeth or with the hunger for flesh, it pretty much blocks the road. The entire path is dangerous. If we could just clear a path, they could come in and clean up. We just have to strike some fear into the local fauna.
I mean,
Bring back a prize, they'll let us have our prize.
Oh. Well, we've got our best hunter here, and we've faced off with some wilderness critters before. I don't think we've got anything to worry about, says Ezra, full of hubris.
He looks Raleigh looks over to Eloy. He points at you. It like curls his finger for you to move forward.
I go forward a couple steps.
He grabs you by the shirt, pulls you forward. He like pulls your arm out, and he's now looking over your clothing.
Hi.
Kill bird?
I would love to.
No. He like points over at your outfit. You're still wearing
Oh yeah.
your armor is made out of bird. How bird dangerous?
Not so much dangerous. Good to eat.
Big, though. Big bird.
Pantomime, like, scary beak. Ah!
Is a silent image a cantrip or a spell?
It's a cantrip, minor illusion.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you want to show them.
That's true. I conjure an image of.
The dire macaw.
Yep. Yeah, big boys.
Everyone in the village kind of just like stops and looks over, just like, whoa! They like all reach for their weapons.
Oh, sorry. I just missed the image.
Like that.
The illusion.
We not magic. My people scare of magic.
Oh, I'm very sorry. I'll keep that to myself.
He holds his claw up to you. You hunt that.
Yeah,
You wear its flesh.
yeah.
It's plumage.
Onslow, how do you say it pissed me off?
You watch as Onslow looks over to Relieve. Like just lifts his mouth up all the way, shows his teeth and makes that long hiss, and slowly goes back down, his eyes like puffed up and like just like wall-eyed. Relieve just goes, I too hunt such way. He like shows his shirt to you. Anyone want to roll a knowledge nature check?
5.
12.
Modified 20.
Did that
No.
shirt grow on a tree?
That's panther. You've seen mountain cats before. This looks like he just straight up carved a mountain cat and made it into a shirt.
Neat.
Raleigh know how to carve from one's kill and make it into equipment, armor, weaponry.
A
He, like,
clothes.
he shows you his scimitar. It looks like a dragon's claw.
That happened to come from a blue boy.
It's not blue.
Okay.
Onslow is now eyeing this. He's just like, oh, this is new. I'm used to like being able to maybe tan something, but he's not. You're just looking at now. He's like looking at the weapon. He holds out his blunderbuss so that Raleigh can look at it, so he can trade the sword to look at his weapon.
Say, Relieve, I don't know if I'm overstepping my bounds here, but when we get this stuff settled, would you need to go back to Wright to talk to anybody, report anything?
Contract not complete.
Well, I mean, when we get you to where you need to complete your contract.
One quick second. I'm going to actually need paperwork from over there to double check that.
Aha.
That's actually a really good question.
Unsure, have to file these things. You didn't file at the right office at the right time. They closed like 10 minutes after he got there.
Notary not present. Everything a mess.
I'm
Didn't
just
get
saying.
filed till the following work week.
They close at 5. I get out of work at 5. What am I supposed to do?
Exactly.
It really inconvenient.
What mean me file in triplicate?
If post office just have extra hours for business.
Man-human. By name Pontus Ryle.
Pontus Ryle. Me not man-human, me am fish-man.
Me no.
Okay, good.
He's saying
Click.
a man-human is who he's looking for.
Yep, so the guy who sent him on the contract, even on the paperwork, it says, by notification of Pontus Ryle.
All right, so what are you gathering for this Pontus?
There is more material up north. We need path carved, but
Well,
you look over to he looks over to all the boys. Even though they're all like spitting acid and shit like that, you look at the tents and you look inside the huts. There's a lot of wounded people in there. There looks like something bit off a chunk of another dude's flesh. Like an entire chunk of this man's arm is gone. Someone's getting a peg leg getting installed at this very minute.
well, we'll take care of beasties for you, and then if you
When
need,
clear path, bring back trophy.
all right, can do.
Wait. He looks over to you.
That's almost my name.
He looks over your clothing once more, and then he notices that you have the same article of clothing as well.
Uh-huh.
If feeling sport, bring back more than just trophy. Raleigh might have some use for you.
Well, sure. If we can carry the carcass back of some of the stuff we hunt,
He
we'll see what you can do.
He runs his claws like around the rim of his shirt, and Ansel just goes, "Son, I think we come back with something big. We get some new big clothes."
Ooh. I always do like having new show clothes. These things we've been wearing them around a lot. Probably getting a little dirty.
You watch as Onslow kind of like looks over to Relieve one more time, and they both kind of like look at each other like they're ready to, like he goes that wall-eyed once more. So does Relieve go wall-eyed. They kind of like extend their claws and they look like they're about to just grab each other by the arm. But it looks more like it's like
Like a greeting.
yeah, like a greeting grip.
It's that moment in Predator. You
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Pretty much, yep. Son, I like these folk. Let's go hunt us a beastie. Maybe find something that's bigger than all of us.
All right, let's go get it.
All right. I need you guys. All right, so they're going to say that the pathway, they're asking you to go into the jungle a little bit more to the north. I need everyone to roll me a survival check.
17.
18.
Guys,
Wow, you beat me.
how long have we been going? What time is it? Because I think it's natural 1 o'clock.
Natural one!
Tricked me.
All right, you guys are fun. Like, you guys are pretty much walking forward. Onslow's been spotting a lot of little critters running around. Like, there's a couple of monkeys that swing by. There's a bunch of iguanas hanging off trees. There's a bunch of, like, really big ants, maybe like the size of your fist, going up trees, carrying leaves.
Gross.
None of this stuff seems like it wants to, like, deal with you guys, though, so you don't think that this is what the problem is. Though, you guys stop and turn around and notice that Eloy is kind of, like, trailing behind.
Eloy, you okay back there?
Eloy, you kind of, like, fell into this little sink of mud, and it's waist high, and you're finding it very difficult to get out of.
This is like some kind of weird gooey rock.
All right, hold on.
I'm gonna walk close, like near Eloy, keeping my eyes on like where the mud begins, where it ends, because I don't want to step
Survival
into the
check.
mud. Okay. It's one of my specialties. 15.
You stop just short of 30 feet before you step in the quicksand.
All right, I'm 30 feet away from Eloy.
Yep.
All right, okay.
Eloy has unfortunately found himself in a sinkhole right in the middle.
Well, this should be. I dealt with quicksand in the other marsh. I'm just kind of uncoiling my spear from around me. All right, Eloy, I'm gonna toss this to you, and you grab it, and we'll just pull you up. All right?
All right.
All right. I toss him the spear.
All right. You can throw it, I assume, up to your...
I can throw up to 60, I believe.
Yeah, you're fine. So you throw it at him. As soon as it hits the sand, he goes down with it. Roll an athletics check.
All right, grab it. Grab it, Eloy!
15.
Your entire donkey half is gone as you watch. You pretty much use whatever weight you have to keep yourself afloat. Like, you're fine for now. You were able to push yourself. You found, like, maybe a small rock underneath to at least keep you balanced. But that's not going to be enough pretty soon. And you are stuck where you are. It's right in front of you, but you watched it sink right in front of you.
Reach for it.
Yeah, I'm
worst case
trying to,
scenario,
like-
I have.
Rotor-rooter around for it.
Yeah, at least find maybe like grab a hold of the rope at least, and then I can pull it up from there.
All right. Roll me a investigation check.
11.
You can't find it.
I got nothing. I'm sorry.
All right, Eloy, hold on.
Athletics check to pull it out.
Not yet.
Oh.
I am first and foremost is Eloy. You're gonna take a bit of damage though.
God.
I am using water whip on Eloy to just kind of rend him out of the sand.
Okay. Is there a versus to grab someone with this?
It's a dex save, so I guess if he's willingly,
If he's willingly accepting it, that's fine.
he
but
does have to take the damage from it. Unfortunately,
He does have to take the damage, but I am also going to need the both of you to roll an athletics check.
All right, just to make sure I stand my ground when I'm doing it. That's
Yep,
fine.
and so he can pull himself out.
13.
Athletics is a 19 for me.
You stand your ground just fine. You watch as the whip kind of like goes around his waist, and you yank up. You watch as Eloy gets pulled up with it, and you feel like the rushing cold from the water kind of like rend a little bit of your flesh from your midsection up.
Ow.
It
ow,
pulls,
Ow.
and then you slip out of the rope and
Oh,
skip
no!
back into place.
It's a bad time to mention it, but also meanwhile taking 11 damage.
I'm just staring at my chain grapple gun. No, every time I've done this, it's hurt somebody.
All right, well, it at least helped his position, right? He's higher up.
He's not sinking faster.
Cool. All right, we'll try the spear again, I guess. Son of a bitch, get back here, you bastard! Pulling the rope in. All right, I tossed the spear back at him. Okay, Eloy, try to catch.
All right.
Whoop!
Got my hands out trying to like catch it as it comes toward me.
All right. Sleight of hands.
All right. Modified 20.
You catch it,
Hey!
There we go.
but you are now down to your chest.
All right, help me pull Eloy in.
You got it!
I'll roll my athletics. Onslow, you too.
Yep, Ansel's gonna get in on it.
However, when you say got it, I meant Onslow, but all right.
Oh no, Onslow's going to help you, but I'm gonna roll something for Onslow real quick. He like taps you on the shoulder and just like points up above Eloy.
I look above Eloy.
There is a massive viper looking down at him from the tree.
All right, let's pull him in quicker then. I got a 16.
I got an 11.
I'm assuming this is athletics.
All right. What'd you get?
12.
12? Eloy's trying really hard. You guys are making progress. You're now starting to see his donkey half way more than you were
As long
before.
as he's getting closer to us, that's what matters.
He's slowly getting closer. He moved
Good.
5 feet
Yay.
at most. But also, the Viper now takes notice that that scrumptious little meal he's looking at is starting to move away.
All right.
I'm going to roll for the Viper
Go
to
for it.
bite.
Ezra, if you want to try to deal with
I
that.
was gonna say, as I notice this happening, I pull out my grapple chain gun and start aiming it at the
At the Viper.
Viper.
All right. Well, what's your AC?
15.
15. You duck your head just out of the way. So what are you rolling?
All right, I am aiming my grapple chain gun at him
I don't know
with
what kind of damage that thing does.
With a 20.
You know what? I'm gonna set that here right now. So write this down.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a. It's going to have a range of what did I say? Like it was like,
It has 120 feet of chain.
120 feet of chain. So it has that. To actually hit something, it's 1d8. It's 1d8 enchanted, so it's magic. But the enemy needs to roll an athletics check to not get grappled.
Okay.
Against what DC? Like, what is the stat on the?
If it hits, it's on.
Well, yeah, if it hits, but it needs to like the grapple check needs to meet something, right?
Yeah.
Is it like beating my roll for it? So is it
Or is
instead
it-
of
or
going
is it
for the
this-
AC, it's going for the grapple?
Or is it this thing's like, this thing has an innate ability where it has to beat a DC something or it's grappled?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what is the DC? is what
The
I'm asking.
DC is. I'm gonna say it's an athletics versus an athletics check.
Okay, so we athletics against each other.
Yep.
I guess that gives you a chance to lose it if you get a nat 1 on it. Like the enemy
Yeah.
can hold it.
Yeah. Because even if you, depending on who has the higher strength, it could either take you or you could take it.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yep.
I'll accept that.
Yep.
Either way, I roll a 23 to hit.
That absolutely
on this
hits.
thing. All right.
So now we roll athletics.
Less good. 9.
All right, you watch as one of the hooks from the grappling hook graze the viper.
Mm-hmm.
One of its coils kind of dodge out of the way, but it hooks another one on the back end of it. So now you have it like hooked on one little line. You currently are matched.
Okay. So we're just kind of like in a tug of war.
You're in a tug of war position right now with the serpent.
Okay.
Yeah, technically, it doesn't. Nothing really goes into play until you call it
Oh,
back.
yeah,
so-
I was gonna say, depending on where Eloy is, can he reach and grab the chain that is now between?
Sorry about that. Let's see.
Because I was afraid to shoot the grapple gun at Eloy, but if there was something across from him to hit at,
Well,
that's-
if Eloy goes for the rope, if he goes for the chain, he can reach for it, but that would be a disadvantage check because he's trying to get himself out with the rope.
Okay.
And while Onslow and I are still trying to pull him to shore.
Yep. So I'm gonna need I'm gonna need you and Onslow to roll athletics again.
That is an 18 this time.
Onslow's big fat gator hands slipped, and you.
It's all on me!
Yep, it's on you right now. Roll athletics. Unless you want to do something else.
Actually, Vicious Mockery only has verbal components. I do not need my hands to do that. Hey, you dumb viper, you're about to get clickbacked! It gets a wisdom save.
Would you believe me if vipers don't have a lot of wisdom?
I might.
So he takes it.
Okay, so he's gonna take 5 psychic damage, and it gets disadvantage on its next attack.
Oh yeah, I never rolled the damage for that thing.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta roll 1d8.
Wake's just in there. Good one, Eloy!
Minimum damage 1.
All right, yeah, you chipped a little bit of scales off him. All right. Unfortunately, so I need you to roll athletics check to try and get out.
Did you add your dex to that? Because it's a ranged attack. You'd still
Oh,
add your
you're
dex.
right. So
Yeah, yeah.
so it would be 4.
Okay, fair enough.
And my athletics is a 19.
19. Okay, well, you lost Onslow, but Eloy's pulling in the weight. He has moved another 10 feet, so he's 15 feet away.
Halfway there!
What about you?
You got a cobra stuck
So
right
just
now.
Got him right there. It's like clicking back. Might pull him into the quicksand, but might make things worse for Eloy.
If it pulls him out of the tree, it's probably going to land on top of Eloy. And
Yeah.
Could make things worse for you if it pulls it all the way.
yeah, if it pulls you into the sand, it's like, oh, I got Eloy out. God damn it.
All right.
What a double-edged sword this grappling
Yes.
hook.
It's become much more interesting now with these new rules. Especially because my athletics is terrible. So me doing it is very scary. But hey, you know what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. But for right now, I'm going to wait for Eloy to get safety. So I've just got this. I'm basically just holding this gun with a chain. Just
All right. Well, I have to roll another athletics check because he's gonna try and beat yours.
okay.
Yeah, you are connected. He's gonna try to tug you.
19.
Oh.
You actually got some give on the serpent.
Got some man strength.
All right. Well, the viper still sees his prize still getting away, so he's gonna go for another bite.
All right, he does get disadvantage.
He does do indeed.
Doodly doo.
That he does do.
So I'm gonna assume an 8 doesn't hit you.
That would be correct.
All right. So he's getting tugged by Ezra too much that he keeps missing. He's just like, like just barely getting Eloy. Like he's barely just about to grab your ears, just like,
I'm gonna get you.
Smack him with my ears like a fly.
Ah. All right. Another athletics check. Ansel's gonna try to help out one more time.
Grab on, buddy.
13 this time for me.
I gotta roll something for Onslow real quick.
God damn it, Onslow.
Okay, he doesn't get himself stuck in the quicksand, but you're kind of bobbing and weaving too much that he can't get a good hold.
There's this.
I only got a 10 this time.
10,
We aren't moving nearly as far this time around.
5 feet.
All right, so 10 feet
10 feet
from
away?
Yep, 10 feet.
There's gotta be some solid ground around there somewhere.
I'm trying real hard.
You're actually sinking. You are back now. Like your donkey half is now gone again.
Oh, jeez. Hey, you big dummy. I swear to God, you're going to get clinked back, though.
You're damn right he is, Eloy.
Throw another vicious mockery at him.
Why does the snake have a 22 on wisdom?
Hey, wait a minute. I didn't get clinked back before. What
He's
makes
lying.
him think I'm going to
He's
get clinked
making
back
up
now?
words.
All right. Real quick. So I just want to make sure I've got a mental image of this scene correctly. we have Eloy in quicksand with the spear and the rope being pulled out by Wake and
Onslow, who just can't get a grip.
And Onslow can't get a grip on it, right?
Yep.
Meanwhile, you're
Yeah.
grappling
Meanwhile,
the
I've got
snake.
the chain gun somewhat embedded in this snake, and we're just kind of staring each other
You
down.
kind of like
Some-
it's kind of like a fishing hook. Like it's just like a little bit of the lip on one of its on its body.
And the risk is if I clink back and I lose this strength check, I will be yanked to him. Meanwhile, if we win it, he could be yanked all the way to us, causing other problems.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't see either issue being very good, but
Yeah.
you can.
I need to roll an athletics check for the snake to try and get out of it. So
That's
let's
fair.
Roll that
Go
again.
ahead and do that.
I need you to roll as well.
Nat 20.
Hey.
Keep him hooked.
That motherfucker's on the line.
It's sunk in.
He's stuck there.
All right. Now this is where things might get dangerous and could cause more problems than they solve.
Oh my god, you literally are Darkwing Duck after you just said that.
Let's get dangerous.
But here we go. So I notice Onslow not exactly super contributing to the whole rope project. So I kind of head like towards him and just try to use him as an anchor, like to basically more solidify my position. Just be like, all right, you're right there. Like, just grab hold. I just yell to him as I go, clink back. So in hopes to get his assistance.
Just watch as this giant meaty gator paw kind of just like grabs both your hands and on the trigger.
Perfect. Click back, I yell. Calling
Athletics
this
check.
thing back. And my athletics check.
With
oh,
an advantage check.
With advantage, thank goodness. Didn't actually manage to get worse. 7.
Now for the snake. It beat you.
Of course it
I
did.
can't imagine.
But with Onslow's help, you're able to beat each other.
Okay. So now it's just like the chain has become taut as it's trying
Oh
to reel
no,
back in.
it's not taut. It was trying to push both of you to the middle.
Oh, okay. Great.
But Onslow again had his grip on you enough that only the snake is getting into the quicksand.
Excellent. So at least they can
But
get.
now it is 5 feet
stuck.
right next to Eloy.
Well, all right. That wasn't.
Right behind him.
All right, we're just gonna have to pull quicker here.
But see, now it's caught in quicksand. See? I helped.
Good one, Captain.
It's still attached to him.
Yeah, it's still pulling him forward.
Come on, you can get out of there now, buddy. You can pull out of the
Athletics check.
8.
5.
That is a 2. That is a natural 2 I just rolled.
Ditto.
Oh,
I gotta roll severity.
there's no natural ones.
No, I know.
We're just not, making as much
Failing
progress
this
as we
check.
were.
No, I know. Don't worry. Look, even though I say severity, think of it this way. There is a 25% chance that it actually goes super bad, as opposed to like to the 50 to 75.
Okay. That still sounds like one of us needed to roll a 1. But okay.
No, you're fine.
Yay.
The roll was to see if you ended up going into the quicksand. You do not.
Okay.
But unfortunately, you are now sinking. You are now nipple high in quicksand.
Great.
And
Well, hey.
you did not move anywhere forward.
less space for the snake to bite. Net positive, guys.
Sorry, Eloy, this mud's really slippery. I'm just trying.
Can this count as partial cover at this point? I would argue that more than 3/4 of my body is concealed.
Well, Onslow didn't do anything just yet. He just looks over at the snake. Ah, hell, enough of this.
There we go.
Whips out his blunderbuss.
Yay!
The
That's
thing
a cone.
directly behind Eloy.
Yes, and with the weapon that does cone blasting damage.
Partial cover.
Just give him a second.
What's your AC?
15.
You beat it.
Woo!
And it hits the snake.
Yay.
Wow, that
Who
snake's
also
got.
beats it?
No, the snake lost.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll the damage for Onslow.
Very thin scales.
Wow, it's been a long while since I actually got to use this D12.
Dust it off.
You hear the gunfire go off as like you watch the smoke disappear. Eloy's still there, just like, oh no. The snake is just gone. You're watching as it's bubbling, going into the quicksand.
Jeez.
So what does Clinkback pull back with it then? Just shards?
You got like a little bit of its body in the
Got a
head.
little bit of snake flesh.
Hey, our first trophy, guys.
That can't
Eloy's still
possibly
sinking.
move. Yeah, great, good work, guys. Well, I guess we can just leave now. And I'm gonna make another athletics check to try to get him to shore. That's significantly better. 19.
21. Yeah, now we're getting those good rolls.
You're out.
Yay!
You are now completely covered in shitty wet mud, but you're fine now.
I've been covered in worse.
All right. So shall we
Yeah, you
continue
mosey-
forward?
Yes, you want to mosey on forward?
Yeah, I brush off my. Actually, you know what? I just use my elemental attunement, just vibrate it so all the sand falls off.
All right. All right. So I need to now roll a severity check.
Yeah, where are we, by the way? Because I know the map wasn't really used for that last.
You're going to
bit.
be up above there.
Up here.
No. Up there. You're fine where you are.
Okay.
You're going to be facing down though.
This way.
Yeah. Don't put yourself there. I'll move it. You
All right.
Just let me touch the toys.
No, down isn't under the table. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're buried now.
There you are.
Cool.
All right. Now I need to roll severity real quick.
Rolling severity real quick for something.
The best option. The best option.
Uh-oh. I don't know if I believe
Yes.
it. I don't know if I trust that voice.
The best option.
We woke something up.
There are two giant forms right before you. They are quadruped in shape. You guys can't see it right now, but maybe getting to cover might be the best solution at this point.
Stealth.
I was gonna say,
Yep.
I would instinctively stealth with a net 20.
I'm gonna see if a big fat gator boy can stealth.
You're good. I got 26.
Jesus Christ, he sure can. He blended in with the environment. He just sunk into the ground.
We all turned invisible except for Eloy, who got
14.
In the trees.
They don't notice you.
Are these green blobs here? Are they bushes or trees?
Those are bushes.
Ah, in the bush.
You do not want to be in that bush
Ah, out of the bush.
Let it be
because you
known
are
that-
moving too far ahead.
Oh,
That would actually invoke something if you did went that
I will
far.
hide behind this.
rock.
You are pretty much covered in vegetation right now. They cannot see you.
All right, cool.
If you want to see what's in front of you, though, that will be a perception check.
Well, if I noticed that there was something large there,
21.
17. I'm guessing you see better than I do with your elf eyes.
You see giant, big old cats. They are way more vibrant and a lot more spikier than you're usually accustomed to. You have no like, you heard stories about these things. You heard the humans call them tigers. Ezra, you've seen a tiger before,
Yeah.
like at a circus one day. Tigers are usually never this big, and they normally don't have bones that jut out of their skin and almost look like armor.
I'm imagining that first boss from Secret of Mana, that
Ooh,
spike
okay,
tiger.
yeah. I like it.
There is one sitting up on a giant pillar right in front of you. It's like a little archway. Like, this whole place looks like it's a dilapidated little bit of a temple. There is one sitting on top there. It is sleeping. There's another one off in the distance, but you can't tell what that one's doing, but it's not facing you.
So there are 4.
No, those are two objects.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
Just
they're two
merged
very-
together, those are the shape of the creature.
Yeah, those
Okay,
are two
so
very
they're-
big cats.
They are massive cats. Gotcha.
All right, guys. Has anyone got any like yarn balls on them?
I have meat.
That might work.
So congratulations, guys. You got the second to highest encounter roll on this entire list.
Excellent.
Hey, we wanted a good trophy.
I have meat and a small plan that could backfire horribly. Who wants to go?
All right. I love the sound of it.
All right. I take my goblin shark meat or goblin squid meat, whatever that was,
Yep.
and I dump the hit blood on it.
Oh, this could go really bad.
Okay, I need you to roll me a sleight of hand so you don't, like,
Infect yourself.
no. I need you to roll a sleight of hand because you're doing this behind cover and these are giant cats.
Gotcha.
They
So I will
probably have some good perception.
Yeah, I will uncork this thing and hope it doesn't smell it. My sleight of hand. Sorry, there's my stats. Sleight of hand is a 22.
One is dead asleep and the other one does not notice.
Excellent. All right. Step 2. I am going to throw this meat as kind of a lure out towards this direction here.
Okay, roll me a dexterity.
That'd be a 18.
All right. Well, you throw the meat over to the one that's sleeping on the archway. And by the way, the archway is 40 feet up.
Cool.
That one is sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll perception for the other one to see if he notices.
Hoping he doesn't, actually.
He does.
Damn.
He smells something off in the distance. And boy, howdy, it sure smells like meat.
Eloy, if you want to illusion something on top of it.
1,
Now'd be a time.
I'm
2, right there.
gonna go ahead and drop an invisibility spell on Ezra.
Well, hold on. Before we do that, let me finish this up.
Okay.
Because we don't want to... We're getting dangerously close to initiative rolls.
Gotcha.
But we're not there just yet, so...
Well, invisibility
quite.
lasts an hour, so just as a precautionary measure, I'd like to go ahead and drop that.
Nat
down.
1, this thing takes a huge meaty chunk out of it.
Oh, no.
You watch this thing completely devour it.
All right.
Well,
now
there's
for
one.
science.
Its eyes completely dilate.
Hey, Eloy, do you think you can make that other one look threatening?
I can try. I cast Minor Illusion and illusion the sound of an angry yowl coming from the sleeping one.
Roll me a performance.
Like territorial.
To just
Get out of my...
Performance with disadvantage because you don't know what this cat sounds like.
That's pretty good. That's not quite as good, but it's still a 19.
Very good.
Performance is my strongest skill.
All right.
If anybody was going to do it.
Yep.
Now, if we can just get these cats to battle each other, like one tripping off its own ass.
All right. Well, it hears the yowl. You don't know what makes a convincing tiger, but it does make it. You do know a convincing cat noise when you hear it. So you let loose a guttural hiss that comes from the one that's sleeping. That it starts to rise up and look left and right to see what's going on. Everyone, roll a stealth check.
21.
17.
24.
Onslow, now for the cat. It doesn't see you guys. However, it does see its friend with its body completely arched up in a defensive stance as its bones jut out with cracking sinew sounds.
Let them fight.
And the big cat goes for a lunge as a surprise attack.
Yeah, buddy.
Goes for a jump, misses completely, and hits his head on the archway.
Roar.
No, he's not that. No.
Oh, this one jumped?
Yep. That one jumped,
Ow.
hit his head on the archway, and hit the floor prone. Everyone roll initiative.
10.
You know, it's about that time. Natural wonders.
I think it's twice that time.
Aha! Natural wonder two skis.
Who's got the highest
me.
speed?
I do.
I'm guessing my initiative's 4.
Yeah, I have a 20 in Dex, so
Yeah.
when that question is asked, unless we are fighting a god, I think it's usually me.
All right, so
So,
5. What'd you roll?
was it 13? I think it was 13. It was a low teen.
Now for Onslow. Onslow's gonna match 13, but I think your dex is higher. So
Okay.
I will have Onslow concede that you go first.
Sure.
Wake was not ready to fight. He's just trying to watch two cats battle it out. See if his drugs gambit pays off.
And Grant. Okay, and now I gotta roll for cat. Well, you know what? No, they're at the bottom of the list because one's prone and the other one is just waking up.
Oh, even worse than a natural one.
A supernatural one.
Aha. From those supernatural drugs.
Got a large tiger tripping on fairy dragon
All
orals.
right. So I'm gonna roll damage for that other boy who kind of like clonked his face right into the archway
No.
for a maximum of 8 points of damage.
Now be careful. If it works on tigers, anything like it worked on me, when that wears off, he's gonna know all kinds of new spells.
Ezra, still not fully convinced that making contact is a good idea. Just continues to stealth into the vegetation.
Do you want to hold your action to something?
Just
Yeah.
to watch.
So
Yeah.
What are you gonna hold your action to do though?
But I've loaded an explosive crossbow bolt.
Okay.
So ready to
What
go.
is the key of that reaction?
If
either of them turn on
yeah,
us.
yeah, I was gonna say if either big cat seems to start heading our way aggressively.
Okay,
If
so
it's backing into us, it's fine.
So if a cat moves towards you guys in hostility, that's
Yes.
the trigger.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, it is Onslow's turn. Onslow sees a pretty good vantage point. at that
Wake's
cat
just
who's prone
trying
at
to
the
make
ground.
eye contact with him.
Yeah. Ready's that blunderbuss.
Wake's just like,
I'm gonna roll intelligence for him. The bloodlust is too great.
yeah, you doing the head chopping action is like, yeah, I should blow his head off. That would be a good trophy.
Yeah. Roll me a performance check.
one of my worst skills. It's a 4.
You're right, I am aiming for the head.
It's unstoppable now.
We've set this into motion.
I really wanted to see these cats fight. Try to make it through passively.
Now we just
All
need
right.
to...
At least it's still tripping balls.
Yeah, it's gonna be really confused.
All right, time to shoot. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh my god. Come on.
Nat 1 to the
Oh, fucking that one.
Nat
Natural
1!
wonders.
Oh, Lord.
He's one of the crew.
It misfires. Now let's hope it just doesn't go off and doesn't hit anything and doesn't explode and hit everybody around it. Namely, the guy that always gets hit by things when they get shot and missed.
Poke my head
Severity.
over the vegetation I'm hiding in. This time it wasn't me.
Severity. 57.
Okay, so middling.
Could mean anything. But what does it mean?
Well, if we know the worst options and the best options, somewhere right between them.
Worst option is it blows up and destroys his gun and hurts
His gun
everybody.
jams.
Okay, cool. So nothing happens. Wake's just like, oh, thank God.
He wastes his turn fixing his gun.
Thank
All
you,
right.
thank you, Gimme Brothers, and your shitty technology.
All right, Nick, you're up.
All right, I am as well holding my action for if the tigers turn on us. I got my spear out ready, and if any of them make
advances.
make any sort of aggressive advances towards us, I'm ready.
Okay. Ben.
I am also going to ready an action. I'm going to ready a Dissonant Whispers if either of them
Okay.
charges at us.
You got your spooky song all queued
Spooky
up.
song.
Okay, everyone's going into Overwatch mode.
Yep.
All right, Tiger 1, who is prone, uses his action to get up. All right. Now this boy, actually, we have something for this.
Oh, good.
Something special from a good friend of ours who made a lot of our wooden items here.
Let's see. I don't know if we have things that big for it.
Not for that, but it's still cool to show off.
All right.
Oh yeah, we've got little status dealies.
Yep, we
Markers.
We got little status.
They cannot
markers.
hear you.
Yep.
All right, so he's not prone anymore, so which one do you want on him?
Let me double check them again real quick. I just wanted to show it off.
Yeah, invisible, stun. Because I don't know if there's one for tripping balls.
Although maybe there should be now. Well, hindsight is a lovely thing.
Poison.
Sure,
That works.
Yeah, I'll
Poison
accept that.
works.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
And I like that the ring is
All right,
small
so
enough that
Cat
a
is
normal token
poisoned.
will fit inside it.
And he used half his movement to get up.
Yep. No, he used his full action to get
Oh,
up.
it takes full action when prone?
Yep. But
Crazy.
he does have multiple actions, this boy, being a dire tiger.
Oh no! A
Regular
di-
tiger, but more dire.
a tire.
I'm going to roll something for him real quick.
All right, he just jumped up and his friend smacked him in the face with a rock, so.
Yep. So he's kind of rip-roaring pissed. Enough that he's so poisoned that he's so out of it that because poison makes you take disadvantage rolls,
Yeah.
All right.
he goes to grab at his buddy and he completely whiffs it. Yep. But now he's getting a little pissed about this. So now he's going to it. You watch as he unhinges his jaw and his fang kind of leers up. You watch as his, you can see his fangs kind of just move and then spread to the side,
Ah.
Got
Right,
a predator mouth.
showing another set of mouth inside of his jawline with predator teeth.
Now, do you think that's overdosing on hit? What does that? Or?
Is that what caused it? This isn't normal even
Wade's
for
just,
them.
Wade's just kind of taking note.
You hear crackling noises, almost like someone is setting off fireworks.
Here in their natural habitat.
Click, click, click. Flamethrower jettison out towards his buddy.
It's an Arcanine.
How does this occur in nature?
With a nat 20.
Oh boy.
That entire archway is engulfed in fire.
It's probably not good for the forest.
Probably not, but if I have to fire this explosive bolt, we can set it off right quick.
Probably. I'm sure his friend's not too happy about
Oh
this now.
my gentle god. Okay, well that's one. Now let's see about the other one.
One's dead.
Okay, 12. That is 26 points of damage to his friend.
Woo. He's a bald kitty.
It's gonna make it tough to bring back a passable trophy if they're all singed.
You hear the other creature let out a, just ungodly shrieking roar as it jumps from the flame and pounces on top of the other one.
Roar.
Yep. So now they are currently fighting each other. He's going to go for a lunging bite attack. Fails. He misses. He's going to go for a swipe with a rake attack that does hit. Hits his buddy for... Jesus Christ. Okay. 14 points of damage. And I'm gonna roll him a perception check to see if he notices you guys.
Do you want us to re-roll stealth?
Yes,
'Cause
please.
I can't remember what we were at.
Roll stealth.
21.
Same, actually, 21.
15.
You're invisible.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
invisible.
that's right.
Yeah. I gotta roll for Onslow.
He's just
Okay.
sitting there fixing his gun. Son of a bitch.
He does not notice the rotund gator man fixing his gun. So he's gonna go for another bite attack on his buddy.
And y'all got a screwdriver.
Well, that hits. Another 14 points of damage. Okay, well, we're back up the list, Grant.
This is
All
working
right.
out better than I thought.
Yeah, this is going really well, and I don't want to interrupt any of this, so I'm just gonna continue
hold the plan.
Continue holding that action. Because the only other thing I thought about was if you had any more hit left, me just
No,
dip-
that was my
Yeah,
dose.
but I figured you didn't, because I was gonna say if I just drench some crossbow bolts in that, we can make this a real party. but-
All right, Onslow. Oh, that gun's reloaded. Nice.
Hey, Onslow, we got a real nice thing going here.
Honestly, stop. Seriously,
Sorry,
they're
your
killing
actions
each
are
other.
held.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yep,
you guys
no,
are
no,
holding
you're-
your actions.
You're correct. I will not.
I figure Onslow might have the common sense to see what's happening.
Enough to take the shot, yes.
God damn it.
Well,
Roll
fortunately,
it
I'm
hit.
invisible.
Can't believe there's going to be a second crew death in 2 weeks.
With a nat 20 he's hitting.
Hey, you know what? Maybe
and
he
with
blew
a
his
cone,
head off.
with a cone hit on all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Onslow did himself. He rolled an 11 plus his attack for a 3, so that is 14 points of damage
Hey.
to both of them. However, it looks like a lot of what he hit off the bones that are jutting out of the spine of all of these cats. And you actually... okay, so... No, it doesn't ricochet. But you all kind of noticed that the bones kind of all moved in unison to slap attacks away.
Okay.
It deflected bullets.
So being up close and personal with these kitties, not that it was ever seeming like a good idea, is definitely a bad idea.
But now they are completely aware of you guys.
This one's still high as balls. Maybe he's still
Oh no, they're
confused.
they're still attacking each other,
Okay.
but now they are clearly aware that there is someone
they are
behind
not
them.
alone.
What is this thing I'm hiding behind? Is it a tree? Or is it a rock?
bush.
Bush. All right, it was different color than the other bush. That's all I was wondering.
Sorry about that. Okay. Nick, it is now your turn.
All right. So they've taken notice of us,
Yep.
but they still haven't moved to attack us yet. They're still fighting each other.
They notice you guys, but I need to make some rolls for that to happen. So, for right now, they are now aware that there is someone with a gun behind them.
All right. Until then, I am now holding an ability. I'm holding my use of Shatter, pretty much focused directly on this area here.
Okay. What is the reaction towards it? Them coming to you?
I'll make this actually kind of conditional. If I can notice that they've taken notice of us and are moving, if I can notice that they've basically as soon as they stop fighting and learn to try to work together.
Okay. Ben.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to hold my dissonant whispers. As soon as either of them starts moving towards us, I'm hitting them with that.
All right, I'm gonna roll for Cat 1 to get out of his condition.
Is he gonna shake off that hit? We don't know how doses affect these cats.
They are pretty big.
That flame throwing attack he just did out of his mouth, he threw up. They threw up that poison with it. He's clean.
Womp, womp.
But they still seem weirdly aggressive towards us.
Oh yeah, no, they're still aggressive towards each other.
We still got to snap out of that.
Yeah.
They aren't intelligent creatures, I think.
Uh,
Didn't really stop to check.
I'm gonna.
Terrence, are you feeling okay? I don't know why Terrence is.
That gunshot seemed a little bit more dangerous than the other cat next to him, so he turns around and notices the lot of you.
Doesn't notice me. I'm invisible.
All right, shatter goes off.
All right,
They have to make a Constitution save.
can do. And unfortunately, that's one of their highest stats.
Well, unfortunately, I only have one AoE ability.
That is a 21.
That one will make it. The other one?
That is a 19.
That will also make it. So they will take half of 14 plus 8. They'll take 11 damage total.
Oh, okay.
That is pre-halved. Or that is halved for you, I should say.
You blow up. You watch as like their flesh gets rended when you let off the spell. It's like a small little force of like a grenade that just like appeared out of nowhere. You watch as their flesh kind of like wiggles and warbles with the explosion. Their bones kind of like almost peter out, and then they like reform themselves back in and kind of like make this defensive claw-like shape around their spines.
Well, that's horrifying.
These are spooky creatures.
All right, did what I could.
All right. Boy still hasn't done his move. He's moving towards you guys.
All
All
right.
right, that triggers my condition.
Yep, mine as well, but go ahead and you're first in the initiative, so
Sure.
you resolve first.
Well, I take fire with a nat 1.
Natural wonders!
Rolling severity.
Motherfucker, if this hits me, I don't even know what I'll do!
You're. If it hits,
I am across
I was gonna
everyone!
say, if it manages to hit you, Zito is just out to get you at that point. Because
It has to roll exactly 100 for it to hit me.
Okay, well,
that is the worst possible situation.
I did roll pretty low, below 25%.
Okay, did not hit me. We're safe, I think.
Rolling a 1d4 for the party.
So it could hit any one of us.
Okay, that was a nat 1. Excellent. It explodes on you.
All right. How much do I take its explosive D4?
Roll the damage.
It's 1d6 on me. Cool.
I'm surprised, like,
I'm ready for this to fly! Take 3 fire damage.
Oh, shit. I just realized you were still invisible. You had an advantage on that attack roll.
oh, shit.
I'm going to say with a nat 1, it negates it to a regular roll.
Well,
It wouldn't have normally.
Yeah.
I'll accept it.
yeah, I mean, considering that the last time you forgot an ability, we ruled that it just didn't count after the fact,
Yeah.
like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucks, but,
Screwed Mr. Slaps out of a fight, so
yeah.
it's okay to blow up Grant and his goddamn crossbow. Anyway. Right, so I guess it's your turn now
Your
that there's fire over
invisibility
here.
is gone.
Yeah, would have been gone anyway. As soon as you attack, it goes. All right, and then my dissonant whispers goes off. Whichever one is coming towards us gets a wisdom saving throw.
That would be 1. Let me go ahead and roll for him. Okay, well, they're not very wise. He rolled a 10.
All right, that
He's spooked.
fails. Spooky song. He takes 11 psychic damage and must immediately move its full speed directly away from me.
Which one is that? One that was poisoned or one that was
The one
burned?
that was poisoned.
Okay. Oh!
Yep, he's going to run that way.
What's his movement speed?
70. So he ran away.
I think that gets him, like, all the way back there. I don't think 70 gets him off the map. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Never mind, it totally does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he escaped.
So one's out.
Now we just got the
Less
bald.
trophies.
Now we just have the bald kitty.
Yep, now you got Flamethrower Boy. Flamethrower Boy, it is now his turn. I'm gonna roll something real quick. Wait a minute. That explosion came from you!
Yes.
He's gonna pounce.
Oh no!
Move him on up right next to him.
Jump.
Jump.
He is in the bush.
Does a 17 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Well, you are, yes, indeed knocked prone as this giant creature is now on top of you. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that attack damage.
Would you say I saw this attack?
Yes.
All right, then cut its damage in half, whatever it is.
5 points of damage as it was 10.
Okay.
You see it open its jaw and show you the predator mouth. As there are now 2 sets of jaws coming in for a bite.
You are one ugly motherfucker.
And since you are prone, he gets that nat 20.
Oh.
Oh.
That's not great.
Turns out we were getting a second death. We just didn't expect it to be a plague.
Join us next week for Captain Wake and
Takes your head clean off. Grant,
new
your Tuesday
recruit.
nights are free again.
That is 16 points of damage.
Jesus.
Now, did I see that attack coming?
Well,
No,
you only
I
get
can
one
only get
reaction,
one. Yeah.
unfortunately.
And it's going to sweeten the deal.
I guess I probably should have held that uncanny dodge. Oh, well.
Well, you never know how many times you're going to get hit in a round.
Yeah.
He has 3 attacks.
All right.
He's going to go for a rake.
Yeah, you get
Alright.
one more.
Yeah.
He's going to try and rip you open. It's fine.
It's going to be a shame when I have to use my athletics to get up and
12.
Jeez.
I'm still alive!
No, 12 to hit.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
oh.
misses.
Oh, then I'm fine. Doesn't work.
Yep.
He grazes off my feathery gown.
You're watching as Captain Ezra's getting mauled by a dire tiger.
Holy shit.
Well, my fear of dire macaws seems really small and insignificant now. As did my previous fear of just bugs.
All right, Grant, it's your turn.
Ah, get it off, get it off, get it off!
About right.
I take my turn to flail and panic. No, I'm guessing I have to.
What do you plan to do?
I want to try and slip out of this and get up.
That would be an athletics check versus his athletics.
That's bad roll.
Well, you can dex versus
That's true.
athletics
You
for
can
grapple.
dex. You can
Okay,
dex out of
cool.
grapple.
If I can dex out of grapple.
Yeah, or
that's-
acrobatics, rather.
Acrobatics?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'll pull that. If that's the case, I get out with 22. That's pretty good. All right, attempt to get out with.
With all the confusion going on, it looks to everyone else, and you use that as your chance to slip out from under him. You are still prone, though. You get out of his grasp, but you are still prone.
So that
Okay.
was his, was his
my
his
action?
attack action or his move action?
Which do you wish it to be?
Well, I can't think of very many things I can do while prone, but
Because at this point, you can use your other action to stand up.
yeah.
Technically, getting up from prone is half your move,
Yeah.
half your movement speed, so you can
Yeah.
actually do that. Although you wouldn't be able to disengage, you get an attack on you if you wanted to move anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, which would be bad. So, okay, this is
You can attack from the floor, it just gives you disadvantage.
yeah. So he's like right on me, right? Like
He's
he's,
right
just like
above
right there.
He blotches out the entire sun. Like, you could just see
Okay.
this thing in front of you.
Fight in
Okay.
the shade, Cap. Fight in
Well,
the shade.
well, see, here's my thought. I want to see. I'm going to try. I have another explosive bolt. I just want to see if I can jam it into his throat.
Again, you can attack with disadvantage.
All right.
I'm going to make it an improvisational attack.
Okay.
means you don't
So I
have
don't get any bonuses.
you do
yeah,
not
you don't
have
get
proficiency.
proficiency.
Okay.
You still get your whatever bonus it would be, like it's either strength or dex, or whatever you would count this bolt as.
Dex normally. So.
Yep.
All right.
I'll give you dex, but you are going to have disadvantage.
Okay. So, not looking good already. Just trying to pierce that flesh. 11. Nothing doing.
Nothing doing.
Ah. Well.
You connect. It hits.
Just
But it's
doesn't-
not sticking.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
It does not stick.
That's fair. Well, that was my action, I guess.
Onslow, noticing that you're not having a grand old time, he looks at his gun. Oh, hell, son. Goes for the fucking cross check.
So he's just gonna go up and melee him, or?
Yeah, he's gonna go on up and, like, rising tackle the fuck out of him.
All right.
I'm cool with that.
With a nat 20.
Go Onslow.
I'm gonna roll something real quick. Yeah, no, you watch as Onslow kind of just, like, dives and takes the cat with him. You are no longer engaged with it.
Awesome.
Onslow, however, is now going to attempt to bite
Still
him.
All right.
And since he is a gator, he gets proficiency in that.
Gators get proficiency in bite. What a crazy fantasy world this game makes.
Okay, gator is gonna do his bite chomp. You watch as Onslow rips into the back of this thing's neck with his jaw and starts pulling as the creature is like leering back like, oh god, get it off, get it off. The entire spinal column that was protecting the cat is trying to rip him off. So Onslow is unfortunately going to take a little bit of bruising from that with for 7 points of damage, Onslow trades back with 8. Onslow is now grappling the creature. Attacking him from behind will consider it flank.
Okay.
Nick, you're up.
Wake sees what Onslow's doing. He agrees. He's going to go up and then also attempt to grapple the gator, or grapple the, you said he was grabbing the,
He's
back?
grabbing the front.
Oh, okay, shit. I was going to grab the head and try to choke it out. Oh, well. Yeah, Wake's going to try to, like, grapple it and just, like, you know... God, from this position, it's hard to put it to sleep.
Maybe like break a leg.
With Wake's knowledge of arteries and shit like that and the body for weaknesses, he's going to try to stop the flow of blood and just make this thing go to sleep, so he's going to do a dex grapple. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on a cat. Let's go. Grapple check of 23.
It beat you by 1. It beat you by 1.
It happens.
I'm just like, no, this can't be. This is too cool. Don't do this to me, Dice.
Rules are rules.
I
happens.
am so sorry.
No worries. Let's see. I think I have other things that can be used as a... as a bonus action, which I believe... Can I use a scroll as a bonus action? Like,
Yes.
I know Healing Word itself is a bonus action, but...
What's the scroll?
Healing Word.
Yeah, you could use that.
Bam, you get 1d4 health back.
Hey.
Since you initiated the scroll, you get to roll it.
Alright. Oh, right. Plus Eloy's spell modifier.
+4.
Okay, so you get 7 health back.
Cool. You watch as his fingers grow back.
Thanks. This is horrifying.
No problem. I'm just trying to get, like, my rope around this tiger. Come on.
Come on.
We're taking you alive!
As you and Onslow are now on top of this thing, trying to, like, just keep it down.
I'm gonna tie you up!
Meanwhile, Onslow's just going for blood, like, this is the most fun I've had in months! Just, like, ripping flesh off. Next is Ben.
I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality. Healing Ezra for another 8 hit points. Yeah, there's nothing I want to take the risk of chucking into that insane
Into
melee
that.
over there. Just keep everybody topped off in the meantime.
Okay, we're good?
Yep.
Excellent.
Tiger boy.
The cat is going to move with you guys on top of it.
Oh, boy.
Move him back. 1, 2, 3, right there. He turns around to look at you two.
Hi.
Opens its mouth. You watch as the sparks begin to bellow, and I need the both of you to tell me what your AC is, and also roll a con save.
You're still technically prone, right?
Yes.
I mean, well, actually, I think you'd only get disadvantage on dex checks in this case, but
AC is 15. Con check is 14.
My AC is 15. My con check is 4. So it's gonna get toasty under that old collar. I might be
you
losing.
have your reaction back.
I might be losing my pretty feathers.
So you don't get half this, but you do take 14 damage, both of you.
Woo!
All right.
Do any of you resist fire?
No.
It's going to use its spines to rend at both Onslow and Wake.
Oh, come on.
Does a 21 hit?
21 will hit me.
That will hit Onslow as well. Onslow is nothing but pure mass. It will absolutely hit.
He's big and heavy, but not exactly sturdy.
No, he isn't.
Well, he is mostly flab.
Yeah, that's fair. The boy is flab. I mean, he takes great pride in that flab.
Proves he eats well.
All right. That is... Fucking Christ. That is 13 points of damage.
Woo!
All right.
Those are some sharp bones.
It is going to attempt to roll to get you guys off it. Roll athletics check.
Well, I was never technically grappled to begin with, but all
Oh,
right.
you don't want to grapple?
Well, I was trying to grapple, but remember, I failed.
Okay, then
I'll stay here.
do you want to roll back, or do you want to stay over here?
If anything, I want to trade positions with Onslow, but I'll go ahead and jump off with a acrobatics check.
Yeah.
It's gonna roll. Ooh, it's spinning. I'm probably not making it 2 or 8.
2 on the die.
Onslow is
Yeah,
not making it
those.
as well either.
Oh wait, no, that was acrobatics, and that's a 10 technically. But
Let's see what Onslow... Actually, no. It missed by 1. Onslow's still on.
oh,
Oh, fuck, Bop.
You don't have... You can still stay on if you want.
Ah.
It rolled so low that it's no problem.
Just
roll
kidding,
was
though.
bad enough that you didn't get hurt by it.
Yep. So you guys take no damage from it. I'm sorry, allergies.
how tall is this tiger when it's standing?
When it's standing up
Like just on its
all fours?
Yeah.
On all fours, it is 9 feet tall.
Jesus. Okay. Ride the tiger, see the stripes, but you know he's clean.
That is his turn.
All right.
Grant,
All right.
You are still on the floor, now
Okay.
on fire.
I stand myself up.
You could have stopped, dropped, and rolled there first.
Oh, I am just on fire?
Yeah.
I didn't consider that.
Well, I mean, that's fluff.
Okay. Patting myself off as I just stand up, hi, 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 hi. And then I try to slink back behind this bush over here. With
It gave you so much.
with a stealth check of
I'm-
the 13.
Okay, well, what bush? That was fire.
The one over here that hadn't been
Oh,
incinerated
okay.
yet.
Okay. So, stealth. So what was it?
13.
It looks at you.
Of course it does.
It knows you're there.
Tiptoeing by. Ha! Oh. All right.
You are the prey here, son. It sees you. It's just, you hear Onslow. It can sense you!
Yep, I figured that out. So, that was just my move. Oh, wait, no, standing up was my action. So, never mind. Thought I had more I could do.
Well, standing up uses half your
Yeah,
move.
that's
right?
half your
my
move,
move.
and
Okay.
probably the other half of
Was
your
getting
move was
there.
getting
Yeah,
there.
you're
So you
fine.
still have
Okay,
an action.
so I still have an action? All right,
Yes.
cool. I've got my alchemy jug. I tell it to make... Okay, this is going to be your discretion since I don't have an actual thing for
Okay.
it. I'm going to... I want to make... It's This breaks Ezra's heart because this might ruin his clothes, but for survival, it might be the best option. I make like just disgusting, filthy, like sewage to just create a horrible smell.
Don't eat me.
Exactly.
You're going to have to be a lot more specific.
A lot more
buddy.
specific. All right, I'm going to specifically make.
Remember, it has to be a liquid.
It has to be a liquid. Good. Perfect. All right. I'm making some giant cat diarrhea.
That is solid. That is not.
What?
That has solid in it.
It has particulates.
I'm sorry, I will not allow that.
That's fine. If that's the case, then
Week old sun-cured urine.
yeah, I'm trying to think of like the biggest creature I've encountered, and then be like, and also it's urine. Okay, that might not work. So.
Oh, the face. What is it?
In that case, then I'm just going to make a skunk spray.
I will allow that.
Because that's a specific stinky thing that I can note and
Getting real dank over there.
would make a tiger
All right,
fire-breathing
well,
monster might not want to
You
jump
don't.
on it.
I'm going to say that this takes up your action for this. It's going to be in there. You now have 2 liters of the most foul-smelling shit you've ever smelt in your
Cool.
life. I need both you and Eloy to roll a con save.
That works.
17.
16.
You both pass.
Cool.
That is your. That is your turn.
And now I just have this putrid alchemy jug.
All right.
I will definitely have to clean
Onslow's
this out
turn.
when we get back to the ship.
Onslow is gonna continue to try to grapple on. Oh my god. Get the fuck out of here with a nat 20.
That'll do.
I'm gonna roll severity real quick.
Is that like 2 nat 20s in a row and
Yes.
a nat 1 for Onslow? He's an everything or nothing boy right now.
Truly he is.
Fuck off. He rolled
Gator.
a 3. That's the one of the highest things you could get.
It's like golf for those at home playing the home game.
Yep.
Gator of chance over here.
Okay, now I need to roll something for the cat first.
How many of its limbs does it keep?
None.
Onslow wraps his entire being around the neck of this creature, flips himself over its head so his feet land on the floor, takes the cat with him up in the air, and pile drives.
Wake!
You can roll a acrobatics with advantage.
Need that advantage. Dice, what is wrong today? I guess it's the law of averages catching up with me on this one. That is a 11. I rolled a 2
You kind of
and a 3.
You kind of stumble and slide on the floor, but you're fine.
Land in the burning bush.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
And then God speaks to you.
You guys now watch as Onslow now holds up the cat head first, its body flailing up in the air. Just the biggest shit-eating grin on this man's face. Back out!
The tombstone!
The tombstone!
Doesn't count unless you cross the paws when you land it.
Okay, now I need to... I'm gonna roll this for him. I'm gonna add... Yeah, sure, why not? That's fucking 10 points of damage as the cat hits the floor, goes limp, and falls over to its side. It's still alive, but it's knocked prone.
Oh, cool. Because I think that means it's my turn.
Onslow gets one more
Oh, he gets
attack.
one more attack. Cool.
I'm going to, since that was just far too cool that there can't be any there has to be a consequence for it. He uses it to get himself up as well.
Okay.
So, now it is your turn.
All right.
There is a prone cat on the floor, doesn't know what the fuck just happened to it.
Papa! All right. Now, I am going to... Basically, I'm just going to pummel it. I'm going to use my last key to use Flurry of Blows to subdue this
Okay.
cat. So
Roll
attack
hit.
number 1. I'm
You get
guessing
a +2.
What's that?
You get a +2 because it's prone.
All right. Well, I'm guessing a 29 will hit then.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's attack 1. I'm just going to roll all the attack rolls, and then I'll roll the damage after.
Sure.
So I got a few of these. Bonus attack is a nat 20. I'm guessing that hits. Second bonus attack with Flurry of Blows. It's a modified, well, not modified because it's 22. And then the final attack, which would be my second basic attack, is a, Jesus Christ. Okay, there are the good rolls. 27.
That hits.
All right, so all of those,
So for that nat 1,
I didn't roll a nat 1.
no,
I rolled a
I mean
nat
nat 20. Jesus, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Not during that one, I didn't.
Yeah. For the nat 20, that's double damage.
Yeah. Okay, so first hit, which was normal, does 9. Second hit, which was the crit, it's 7 plus 5, 12. Third hit, which was normal, is 9 or 10. And the last hit is a 7. All subdue.
Also do damage.
Yeah.
38 if I'm doing my math right.
Something like
Yes.
that. I just went fucking wild on this thing. Just
The spines were trying to stop it. You were punching so fast. They just
I
couldn't-
punched in between the spines.
All right, let me do the math right correctly here. 39.
If this thing's still alive after this, I am really glad we drugged the shit out of one of them and scared it away, because I would not want to fight two.
2.
Or if it's still awake after this, I'm sorry.
All right, so you keep punching at it. You keep punching at it, keep punching at it. It doesn't move and react to your attacks at first, but then everyone watches after like 5 seconds later, it starts convulsing as if it was still getting hit.
Yeah, I basically just went full aura mode on it.
It starts foaming at the mouth and is knocked out. You have subdued it.
Someone get the number on that bus.
What?
Because
They don't
I've been
exist.
hit.
I hope this makes real good clothes because my feathers are real singed.
Yeah, mine too.
All right. Well, congratulations, gentlemen. As Onslow gets up.
I give him like a tag. I give him like a tag high five.
Oh, he high fives you.
Roll for epic. Oh, fucking really? Natural 1. I missed. Yeah. Just gonna pretend it didn't happen. Gotta aim for the elbow. Gotta aim for the elbow.
You're like, you do that. You go to slap him. You slap him in the face.
Yeah. High five. Good job.
How we do it in my neighborhood.
Can't believe I rolled a nat 1. Just on that one.
I feel like that would be a
A supplementary roll.
Yep, a supplementary roll and a nat 1. I think that's actually a good stopping point right
It's a
now.
perfect
Actually,
place.
I feel like this is the most natural conclusion as of right now.
A natural conclusion for the natural wonders and their potentially new pet tiger. This is unconscious. I don't know. I left it unconscious because Wake feels bad about killing things right now. We'll leave that up to next time on TFS at the table. But before we go, we got some fan art to look at, gentlemen. Woo! Let me pull up here, and I think we should be good for number 1, because here we have by the Mega Geeko, Frog King Ezra,
It's the exact face.
Captain
I was thinking
Extraordinaire.
you would make. Hey, take a look
Imagine
at
sitting in his
this.
throne. All right, paint me.
I have a question. Do you still keep the hat? Have you still kept the hat?
No, I gave it. I
Yeah,
gave
you
it
gave
to
it to
the.
Strangle.
Okay.
Yeah,
I gave it
yeah.
to Strangletree.
Yeah, I gave it to Strangletree.
But thank you kindly, Mega Geeko, aka Emma Pence.
So now he gets
Thank you
to wear it.
kindly. Next up, this just fit too well. We got Charlie Wake here, and this is by Universe Traveler. It just fits too well with how fucking stupid he can be sometimes. Thank you kindly, Universe Traveler. I couldn't not keep this in here.
Yeah,
It made me
that's great.
laugh as soon as I saw it. Next up by, I believe he's corrected my pronunciation here, but his name is Nicholas So. And the only way I can describe this is like All Might's no face. For Wake.
That
This
is
is a
very
very good
nice.
sketch. A very good sketch. There's also, he also did one of Calliope and one of Eloy, I believe, but we'll look at that on Friday.
Yeah.
Thank you kindly. Other Nick. Do. Next up, we have a little 1930s cartoon Eloy. Steamboat Eloy, as we calls him. This is by Kyle Rabosi.
Donkey Tonky.
Yeah, Donkey Tonk Eloy. There you go.
I could just picture him like bouncing around, Mickey Mousing to the music.
Think of this whole fight as him doing that now.
This is what the world looked like when Eloy's on hit.
Yeah.
The flowers are just smiling at him.
It's just idle battle animation.
Feywild's gonna come get you.
You should really stop doing this.
Don't keep doing it though. It's the only way we can find you.
Reality is an illusion, and everyone you love is dead.
Then a little boy, a duck, and a dog run by you. One of them's holding a key. It's whatever.
You're prone to flashbacks.
Next up, by RC Scooter. Fare thee well to the bomb disposal truck.
Aw.
We got Gulfer as a transformer as the bomb disposal truck. Unfortunately, somebody removed his, what would it be?
I did find out later that I have 2 artificial hearts in my in my pack. So
I mean,
was
we
like,
have
"Ah."
his actual heart.
That's true.
Yeah, unfortunately, somebody had to go ahead and take out his engine. He's done.
It's okay. He lives on forever inside of me.
Welcome to the collective. Thank you kindly, RC Scooter. I've been loving this series. They've been doing a whole series on
Yeah.
Yeah.
unnatural wonders, as I've been calling them. Next up, we got here by Kalen C37, whose commissions are open, by the way. I found it. I got this for the trade.
Meep,
Blam.
meep,
Licking its own eye there.
meep.
It's getting a taste test in there before Wake gets to it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kalen C37.
That was my favorite eye.
Yeah,
It was like he
it
licked his
tasted
own
foul.
eye. It's like an indirect kiss if you eat it.
Fuck.
Wake Frenching the frogs. Thank you so much. I absolutely love it. I love all the little detail that goes into his little burlap sack of a
Oh yeah.
shirt.
That's how I describe them. They're just like little potato sacks.
Next up, by Chimera, or Goat Chimera. It's very hard for us to see here at the table because our monitor's very small, but they have been doing an amazing comic of what was happening when we were first entering Bolkard.
Yep.
And this is the part where Wake is teaching Nedra how to read, and he's talking about the D terms, and finally she realizes demon.
Demon.
But this is looking absolutely incredible. I look forward to each and every page. Thank you so
Isn't
much.
this like page 5 out of 13?
According to this, it's page 4 out of 19.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
Oof, even better.
Yeah, it's looking real good. I'm excited to see more. Thank you so much, Chimera Chan, aka at Goat Chimera on Twitter.
Good stuff.
Next up, we got
Oh, no.
everybody's best boy Riff. I love how sassy the dark scaled one looks over on the side.
Yeah.
Like you can't really see it from here, but he's looking over the shoulder like.
In one hand, order. In the other, chaos.
This is by at KRG87572342, aka Quaddle King. Looking good. Everybody's best boy, doing his best. Thank you kindly, dude.
Thank you. These fucking allergies, man. They're really bad.
Next up, by MFS Arts. We looked at this last Friday, but this is a shot of the Saturday morning cartoon verse where Calliope is a ninja who happens to work with the Calls, and
me
she
a
gets a
second
whole
to
bunch
piece
of really
together
cool
what's going on.
cyborg weapons, just cutting through the giant mechapede.
Okay, so now, no joke, after looking at this, I started dabbling with the idea of a fawn rogue as a playable character. And holy fuck, the specs are great. They are fucking awesome.
Turns
bet
out they
they
work
are.
really well for that.
Because if you ask Wake, Calliope's pretty awesome. Thank you so much, MFS Arts. I absolutely adore your style, and I look forward to everything you guys put out. Thank you so much. Next up, we have by Scrap Paper 22. Hail to your new king, as the blood drips down above his face.
Now
See?
Now I want to see just the guess I'll die pose with the frog hat Ezra.
Yeah. Just uncomfortably placing it on your head the first time.
No.
Okay. Looking good. Thank you kindly, Scrap Paper 22. And next up, for any of you who are diabetic, step away now,
Oh my.
Too sweet.
because it is absolutely adorable. This by Annie Sketch _freak, whose commissions are open. Nedra in a little Wake Kigurumi is fucking adorable. I absolutely love it. Also, I noticed just a
tail.
little while ago that the part of the tail is chopped off.
Oh yeah. So now I have it in canon, in my head canon, that she has like the little like stitch staples around a piece of her tail.
Yeah, it's attaching, but it's taking its time.
Yeah.
This is absolutely adorable. I love it. Thank you so much. I accidentally lost my place by hitting back too many times, but I cannot wait to see more of anything like this. It is adorable, and it made me want to wake Kigurumi and a child, and I am not ready for that. Next up, we have a great Napoleon of King Captain Ezra riding on the back of noble steed Eloy, who, as you have stated many times, is rideable.
Yeah.
He is.
In case anybody ever needs to go on to mounted combat on Eloy. This is by @Dav88Man.
He's great because it's the halfling version of a centaur, so that's even better.
It's like riding a war dog, basically.
I was gonna say you're riding the tricycle of centaurs. It's like I got my big wheel. Here we go.
Like, I like how if you just straightened out your legs, you'd be walking, but you just kind of curl them up so you're on there.
It's like when you're in your fucking when you're in like your wheelchair and you just use your legs to propel yourself over.
Yeah.
At some point, we'll think of some team attack where it will be very important for me to mount.
You just need to get somebody a lance, and
Yeah.
there you go.
No, even better. You get a arquebus and you use his shoulder as a
like, alrighty.
sniper stand.
Eloy, I need more movement. I'm hopping on.
T-pose on him, Eloy. I need composure.
Anyway, thank you kindly. I believe that's all the art we have. Yep, there we go. There you have it. Thanks so much for joining us this week, everybody. And we'll see you guys next time at the table.